Like a city clothes, worldwide, New York City,
World,
17,
wow.
LA,
We got it hot in here.
Russia, India, China, Jamaica. Let go.
Purchase your tracks today, brethren. No currency, no problem. Everybody says we should just run it up and rob them. I said, why? We could trade every day and make money just like we just got paid. That's bright, eh?
Family problems, we know how to solve them.
Roasting chicken, which is good because the only way I got to cook it is roasting.
No love, no love, no love. That's
That
what I get.
motherfucker there.
Walter was a crackhead, always a crackhead. Remember when you owe money to those Haitian guys in Montreal? You're lucky, they from the 90s and they know me. You're trying to shoot
I don't know. This bag knows
that's what you told me.
how to keep some things hot and some things cold. But it came with the chicken.
I told you I used to sell that.
Hold
that
on.
crap, your family member.
I'm hungry now, you say.
Finally changed, you're acting insane. Always talking about money. You ain't rich, dude.
How long are you gonna wait to cook that? I don't know, a couple hours.
Seen that, done that, Fairfax. Ruckus like Carlito's way. Your niggas is fake. My cousin Liz is a fool. Didn't come when we invited you. Fuck you.
Fuck
Think
you.
you're harder.
Fuck you.
But when you're actually the weakest. Family problems, we know how to solve them. Friends problems, we know how to solve them. Family problems, we know how to solve them. Friends problems, we know how to solve them. Yeah.
You'll run up and rob them and stomp them and rob
It's ruckus. It's who? Family problems, we know how to solve them. Friends problems, we know how to solve them. Yeah.
And again, the cardboard box here was free as well, including, well, it wasn't free.
Liz didn't come to the family reunion last summer. Fuck you and your mother. I'm over it now. I wear the crown, respected everywhere.
I was carrying this around.
Never there.
Eat it.
You don't cook. Please try to cook. End up getting choked. This is YouTube, but uncooked raw. Big fans in the same garbage. Big knowledge. Bitch, I'm a problem. 30 years the problem. If you cross that line, that's right. Cause I'm a psycho, a sicko with a good heart. That showed them all at first, and they turned into I don't know what. What the fuck? Made my cousin Mervin and my head must have been y'all. Come on, dog, just me and my girl and a gun. Sucking the drum, connected like the mafia. You don't know nada. Ask mom and dad. They ain't got the answers. Getting home from strangers. Fans been holding me down. I got the juice now.
How much?
Down. I got the juice now.
I know what cooked chicken looks like. I know what uncooked chicken looks like. I know how to wrap shit up in aluminum foil. I know how to set a VCR so I can set the digital oven. And I can read the label and it says how many degrees for how many hours. We can do this.
All my family members in Montreal, y'all missed my last year, 2018, biggest show for 2018. Fuck out of here, man. All I needed, really my friends too, I'm saying my ex-friends, I'm saying all I need was support, know your fucking money, know your toys. Fucking mafia, motherfucker, I got my own shit. That's what I get, huh? No love, no love, no love.
Don't worry about the plastic. I know I'll cut off the plastic. No, I know. This is
Family problems, we know how to solve them. Friends problems, we know how to solve them. Family problems, we know how to solve them.
3.052 kilos. So it's like
Yeah.
almost 7 pounds, 6.5, 7 pounds. 6 to 8 pounds, 3 to 3.5 kilos. 2.5 to 2 3/4 hours unstuffed. 3 to 3 1/4 stuffed. Let's do it for 3 even. 3 even. And what's this? 8:30, 19, 10, 11, 3 hours. 3 hours. I'm gonna start it cooking, but this video might end before it's cooked. And The reason I don't throw it back in the freezer, the very outside surface is starting to thaw. Look at cooking now. Don't ever run this shit under hot water, you dumb fucks. Cold water. Cold water. Don't tense up. Now, if I was really feeling my bullshit, I would just put it in there, no foil, nothing. And what'll happen is all this juice will rip out on the fucking floor. No, I'm not stuffing it, and I'm not breaking it open, and we're not doing nothing like that. I'm just gonna cook it and eat it. This looks like a frozen chicken. Did I call it a turkey? It's a chicken. It doesn't matter. It's a bird. Oh, it's dripping. It's dripping. It's like unwrapping a brick of fucking meat, eh? Bringing pain from every angle, leaving veins, cutting tangle, leave a stench on my ankles in the back of my father house. Don't even got a bounce, cause I'm clear of all the gaps for now. 6 to 8 pounds, 3 hours. 77 to 82, 170 to 180. Okay, 200. 175 to 200. I get no way to survival. I know they doing the battle. Can't reason with the battle. Be my bones and my pose and my pose when the night so beautiful. I just want to eat it the way it is. I'm so hungry looking at this. Oh, you can't even see my bird. I didn't even realize you couldn't see the bird. Isn't it delicious looking? Because I still have electricity, eh? Tomorrow I'm a nut, so I'm going to do this now. But if that's the case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to fucking light the dumpster on fire. And we'll deal with the garbage and the food at the same time. No, I'm playing, but there's all sorts of places to light fire around. Oh, it almost perfectly closes around. I lie, it perfectly closes. So I'm gonna leave it a little bit open and a little bit closed. I got no meat thermometer, so we're just gonna do 3 hours at 180. Period. Oh yes, brethren. Oh, and I got little crumbs of eating things and everything going great. No, empties. Yes, empties. I got my 130 empties in the last 20 hours. For you people that just buy beer once in a while, drink it, and bring your own empties back, that probably sounds like a lot, eh? Is that like 6 footballs? All right. Oh, you don't believe this will work? We can do it like this. We can put this down here. We can put this on there. And the only sad thing is that the fan is broken. Oh yes, brethren, it's a Cuisinart. It's got a fan built into it. I'm gonna try to turn it on, but it probably won't work.
Perpetrating, living lives in your life. All the busted ass kids in the the trap name is skill. Live by the gun and we'll make sure you die for the bill. It's on now, we committed murders on life. All you fakes perpetrating, living lies in your life. All the bust-ass kids in the trap name is skill. Live by the gun, we'll make sure you die for the bills.
I run at you like a maniac with a pencil, fuck the trigger finger, because killing you simple. A psychopath going through a brain relapse. Somebody better hold him down, cause he's about to attack. They tell me to relax, to stop and take a breath. But the only way I'll get better is by witnessing your death. You can't stop me, motherfucker. I'm getting to you. Ain't got no armor on my chest, but I'll still get through your crew. These drugs they hand me on aren't affecting my brain, but the anger that I'm feeling is causing me pain. I'm coming for you, and there is nowhere to run. Fighting me face to face, you know it won't be no
3 hours from now, that thing's gonna be.
Can't you feel this close? Even if I die before you, you'll still be harassed by my ghost. I'll get you any way I can, but you wait for just wanna see you die before I'm fucking dead in the street.
It's on now.
Listen to a shot of Sunrise Farms roasting matured chicken. May contain egg. May contain egg. Really? Surrey, BC. There we go. Up to 6% water. What's it say? Canada. Canada. Apollo. Canada. Keep hot foods hot. All right.
Call me Rome with the silencer pointed at your dome. Offer you the last call home. One of the sickens clapping at chickens. Tell the bitch stop flicking. Toss
You ever see Cracker trying to sell something?
You
can't sell it? And here I am with no money.
The quickest on the slide. Go make sure your toothbreak's tied and stay inside. A bullet hitting the temple. What's fatter should be elemental. Soothes me, keeps me jammed. So not consumed by thinking of ways to fuck up your dent with the record over an instrumental. It's on now.
I know people are gonna have 1,000 things. So you should have washed your hands 6 times and do this and do that. I'm not only gonna eat it unless somebody's starving. Okay, so don't worry. This is an experiment. I bought it up the street. We're street currency. You don't need to understand to learn from me. I bought this aluminum foil like 6 fucking years ago and I don't remember why. Oh, I remember why. There's some on the top of the window, that's all. The very top edge of the window. Over the top of the curtains.
And I don't really give a shit. So cynically simple, I forgiveness to be, but ain't nobody giving 2 shits about my
I'm looking for an excuse to use this.
On a Catholic school. Hear the strings of boom bass from the picks of my tools. No escaping, no hardy grip from the frozen heart in my chest. I touch the step and stat. Next in the short of the set. You push me, I push you.
6% water.
Pushing back, veteran
The way I wrapped it there, it's not going to just drop right down at the bottom. But some of it's going to evaporate out while it's heating, right? Nice and slow, steam it. I wish the fan would work, but it don't. I don't know how to make it. It's a convection oven. I'm not even joking. You know how much a convection oven costs?
Living lies in your life. All the ass kids in the trap things kill. Find the gun and we'll make sure you die for the bills. It's on now. We committed murders on life. All the fakes perpetrating living lies in your life. All the ass kids in the trap things kill. The guns will make sure you die for the bills. It's on now. We committed murders on life. All your fakes perpetrating living lies in your life. All the ass kids in the trap things kill. Live by the gun and we'll make sure you die for the bills. It's on now. We committed murders on life. All your fakes perpetrating living lies in your life. All the ass kids in the trap things kill. Live by the guns, we'll make sure you die for the bills.
Now the funny thing is, somebody tried to sell me that exact same chicken like 2 hours earlier. That's why I know it was frozen solid and now the outside layer is just starting to, I don't know how this other dude got the chicken. Unless it's a different, I don't believe it's a different, no, it's got to be the same fucking chicken, almost the exact, was it the exact same price and shit like shit? They're all crackheads, so they don't eat, so don't worry, I'm not depriving them of nothing.
Here's the deal. I'm not here to waste your time. Okay, I certainly hope you're not here to waste mine. So I'm going to keep this short. Become an employee of this firm, you will make your first $1 million within 3 years. Okay? I'm going to repeat that. You will make $1 million.
Oh, by the way, all these books and things are not actually touching that oven. There's nothing, there's literally no way for that oven to set anything on fire. If you say your house on fire, that's your own dumb fault.
Started out broke, now I got trash bags.
money can't fit my sack. Started out broke, now
You got me choked out, nigga. Sit your little bitch ass down, nigga. Raise this thing,
can't spell ball without the AR. Vote me for mayor. Taking helicopters down with a little laser. Hand in Canada, I'm holding regular fucking mega. The liquor for the shots to make you stagger. For my little brother, it's like he loves my partners. Real body boy, baby, y'all watch. With this empire, it's nothing like Roger. These are enemy lines, nobody can cross it.
So, if you go to the Salvation Army, it is no longer from 4 to 7, it's from 4 to 6, and it's takeaway only, and don't crowd the damn door.
Niggas know I'm running through the streets of peace like the hamburger with the burner. No food surfing. Yeah, still M3G repping. Yeah, sitting in the vehicle, plotting on people, taking your private possession like a reaper, kneeling with the hammer. Call it Tim Tebow, holding on the hammer. Call it Home Depot. Everything I'm doing is illegal.
That's why I took the fucking slit over to one side.
Kneeling with the hammer. Call it Tim Tebow, holding on the hammer. Call it Home Depot. I'm at the bar ordering a Heineken, waiting for the scene to fall back. I was timing him, front of them, a girl said he'll check me run 9 to 10. MGK 1 point, nigga, we some wild men. About to get alive again. Rifles like the Irishman, used to come with bench. Charlie was a rider man. Nigga try to end me for the money, call a fireman. I put my fucking flame up. Go ahead and try it then. By all means, do you. I'm creeping through the field, shot the Zulu. Cruising in the Subaru. Murder gang, crow, punch dogs and give her bubbles. You lose, tell you what kind of like cool shoes. Listen, Junior receives the highest shooters to whack you. Right now, I'd rather smack you. Don't even attempt, I won't doubt you. Really, I don't have to. Slap the kids so hard, a boy, a wonder, call him Matthew. Subliminal. Murder gang squad in effect. I set it up to win no box. You block to follow my dialect. My number, you ain't dial yet. That judge ain't fired. By the end of this track, a motherfucker buying it. That bitch holds gauges and a couple 45s in it. Catch a couple pieces, but I'll beat him if I'm hiding it. In the L spot, nigga, no for the
So the guys that charge more and give credit and only take cash, can't seem to get their money out of these people.
And Woody Woodpecker was the
Why don't do it away?
man got chest and panties up for his pants. Spidey was a swinger. Wolverine is a nigga that's obvious that I ain't gotta mention Master Splinter. Well, I'm Master Shredder and my mask, my temporal blast of cheddar. Trying to make out is better. Yeah, I'm sitting in the vehicle, plotting on people, taking your private possession like a reaper. Kneeling with the hammer, call it Tim Tebow, holding on the hammer, call it Home Depot. Everything I'm doing is illegal. Everything I'm doing is illegal. Kneeling with the hammer, call it Tim Tebow, holding on the
It's
hammer,
hot and fresh when I got it.
Home Depot.
I've been wasting time the last 2 hours. That's it. Why would you want to watch me eat? I don't know why anybody watches anybody eat. I just know it pisses some people off when they see me eating so good. That's what this is for.
Me and my nigga, cold up smoking fire shit. Me and my niggas, with this shit with some savages. Me and my nigga, stay with us so bad, bitches. Always smoking on gas with us. Rolling papers don't pass us. We ain't nothing like the mother guys. Fuck with us, you went for a surprise. Smoking on medication, eventual baby does not get a medical. Bad ass is additional. Robbing with us intentional. Just so you can see the visual. Get it to you, you run it to my gang. One of the longest shit. That shit will be playing space. Check me the mall. Get them off. Watch the street and never miss a baby lurking in the street. Baby coming, we coming, nigga. It's in the prophecy. Street gas, hands are successful. Nigga, come and get some gas. Street loud, then they make you loud. Squad deep, team, we in the street, dripping, leaving blue. All over you niggas slipping promo. I roll up that gas, they feel them and dripping swag. Niggas are sick of their game, but that's me a pack trying to give me a bag. Game tight on my chest, BBS diamonds on my neck. Only real running.
BBS diamonds on your neck.
Okay, what you doing? Come through with the movement, you know I'm in love with the mullah. And talking about money is making it flow, just listen to them out the squares. You'll get you a sack, go pop a pack, flip it and double it back. Heavy your flip, heavy your stash, never spend all of your cash. Me and my niggas, cold up smoking fire shit. Me and my nigga, with the shit with success. Hear my nigga, stay with us on bad bitches, always smoking on dashboards. Roller papers don't pass. We ain't nothing like the mother gods. Fuck with us, you in for a surprise. We ain't nothing like the mother gods. Fuck with us, you in for a surprise. Everything all of it, you know we get smoking a medical each individual, hating us, we get physical. Bad bitches additional, robbing with us intentional. Just so you can see the visual, we get it to you, run it to my gang. All of the fucking shit, that shit will be playing space game. That shit be the one, you know, watch the street, you never miss a beat. Working in the street, we coming, nigga, it's in the prophecy.
Oh, I need coffee because I'm not getting coffee anywhere. I don't go anywhere and fucking get a coffee anymore. Can't sit down fucking anywhere.
You already know what it is. Overdose, Cody King and overdose. Overdose. That's us. Raise a shot to another fucking year. Light that blunt if you high like air. Start that line if you don't fucking care. I do drugs.
I do everything I want.
I got so many baggage. Oh, my thermometer. I was supposed to put that in there.
I do drugs. I do drugs. Winner, chicken dinner. I'm gonna eat you up. I'm in the club, I'm gonna have a party. I'm gonna live it up. Take another pill for another shot. Here's another dab. I can never get enough. Need enough to wicked less. Yeah, I'm a dirty ass, grimy line snorter. That's how I keep my motivation out to find autistic chord. That way can be on top of my zone. I don't need to scatter my thoughts when I'm relighting lyrical miracles. Everything else to me don't matter. Watch your back. I'm a vicious ass rapper. Fuck the jelly before the peanut butter. Put it back in the cracker, Ritz slapper. I'm a drug blaster. Always doing what I want. Try and stop me, motherfucker. Raise a shot to another fucking year. Light that blunt if you high like air. Snort that line if you don't fucking care. I do drugs.
I do everything I want. I do everything I want. I can do anything I want. I can do anything I want.
I do drugs.
I'ma fire it up like it's a fresh doobie. No, you silly flamers, not that chili day movie. My mind is kinda screwy from drugs I'm doing, but I don't think that I'm really losing. All of the boozing and shooting has got my mind oozing. These lyrics for you floozies. Don't say you know me. I lost all my homies. They all overdose shit. You ain't in my where they at? Just ate a gummy. Now everything is floating. Scored a couple addies. I must keep going. Gotta keep flowing. These drugs take funding. Always steady stunting. Yeah, we fucking running.
Raise a shot to another fucking year. Light that blunt if you high like air. Start that line if you don't fucking care. I don't. I do drugs.
The guy who gave me the COVID, spit in my face and all this, I didn't see him today. I think he's off sick.
We can do anything we want.
My immune system is actually quite strong considering it's compromised.
Yeah, we do. I do drugs.
Cody King and overdose. Ain't no little pump, bitch. Did a fat ringer while Cody's doing bunch trick. All day, hit the ground running. Couple beats and beers, you know we steady buzzing.
I can do anything I want. 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 I do drugs.
Tell them that the squad's here. Give up on the plan, fam. Every year is our year. Top tier, toe tagging, coke bagging, whole banging, park one of your
Eat right away, man.
No swagging, no bragging. I'm the hottest oppa on the table still. Stock 80 mil, it never drops like a cable bill. Play the fill and dash while I jump a trillion hurdles so we can't share tracks cause we run in different circles. Journals full of classics, livers full of greatness. Got so many pictures, I might give some to the neighbors. The realest in the business, all filled with imitators. It's the Ross, fuck the Mars, bro, you dealing with the brain. Hey, yo, fuck the hook, still make it sound tight. Anyone with a real one sound like.
Robbing rappers, hit them with a ground strike. On the one way, we giving them a round flight. Well, there's a way, but don't get in the way of my work. Cause if you do, that's the day you get killed. The game is for real.
Bust them all up, I'll replace them again in 6 weeks. I don't give a fuck in the 6 for me. And I'm gonna show you 666 real sweet. Keep me up 6 on the 6. My dome is sick. Got a chip on my shoulder about the size of a half-ounce crack. That's all ball does. That's a cross story. I don't give a fuck, I'm a slow cooker. I'm a fast worker. Everybody says you're a circle jerker. I would pop both of these right in front of you if I knew what the fuck they were. It's a real handle. Grow up. You can't come around here and grow up. Yo, you better not show up.
Cold nights, rock thermals, I'm nocturnal. Parole life, we hot curtains, the block's fertile.
So what's the catch? Ricky, did you run out of cigarettes? Did you trade away all the weed? Did you borrow a bunch of weed and trade it? You got pay everybody back when you check your pay everybody back, right? Oh, anybody? Minuscule, there's minuscule like friend IOU things. I might as well have said no, I don't owe anybody. By the time I review this video, it will be paid.
Everything you drop, Thomas, get your spot honest. Kings sniffing, they sniffing without a not signing. I play chairs over ends, feeling like rock climbing. Fuck the clock, shit is over when I stop rhyming all day.
Fuck the clock, shit is over when I start rhyming. I don't give a fuck, I'm priming. They can raise in the crime rate. You did not pay the proper tax. You're a rate payer, I heard you're a hastily. Everybody says you're the one to be playing. In the game, RPG is all the same. Everybody acts like we the lame, but we the one still on. Who the fuck are you? And why are you still on the next man's fire?
Still make it sound tight. T-grams, what a real one sound like. Cloud battle rapping shit with a ground strike.
I don't give a fuck living in project housing. I never go back. I just came back straight paid like special ed. But they wouldn't put me in the class. African studies, they would not allow that. And the dumb nigga with the fucking same Dutch, not the same name, Dutch name he has, gets in, but I don't. And I never met the guy's parents, never thought about it as a kid. He never thought about this as a kid. But looking back now, he had to be half white. Not that I care, I'm just saying. I can't, they would not say, oh, because you're white. But they would not talk to me about that class. But that's better, because I learned the real truth, and them dummies learned whatever they wanted to learn.
Nah, they ain't come home tonight. I got some dogs doing 5, trying to see the light, but they ain't coming home tonight.
The bag is brand new and clear.
See the light, but they ain't coming home tonight. I got some dogs doing life, trying to see the light,
I don't know what you see. I can see on my screen speckles of crystals all over. THC crystals. And this one I just had too. By the way, why are you using half-quarter bags to sell grams?
Down to the free. I know that you sacrifice, so I hold it down. That's why we pay the price. I got some dogs doing 5, trying to see the light, but they ain't coming home tonight. I got some dogs doing 10, trying to see the light, but they ain't coming home tonight. I got some dogs doing life, trying to see the light, but they ain't coming home tonight. They pay the price, gave their life, they had to sacrifice, and they ain't coming home tonight. I got some dogs in the pen, could you testify? If I get you fucked, boy, I'm gonna let them fly. I'm trying to tell the truth, this is gang life.
Gang life.
And it's worldwide. Bring them in from Mexico, and we let them fly. If you catch us fucked, boy, then he's finna die. It's real talk, outline in shock. Motherfucker. the brand is lit, so we got a spot. Better walk it out, you better fly out. Cause I'm allowed to
I hate these fucking
in the
brands, dude.
doghouse. Deeper than rap, but this ain't gang bang.
So yours comes in this bag. Mine comes in this bag. Oh, you refill it over and over or something? What's the deal? By the time I get a joint rolled out of this, the weed will be here. You gotta think and schedule shit, eh? I can use some chicken good. I don't give a fuck if chicken juice gets in this. I'm not gonna eat all of it. I'm never gonna use it again. Yes, I'm cross-contaminating raw chicken with an old weed bag that I'm never gonna use again. Call the fucking public health people. Hey, Doug Ford. What happened to that weed business, brethren? It kind of went the way of the cigarette business. Hey, and the Oxycontin business, and the heroin business, and the cocaine business, and alcohol business. Well, you still run the alcohol business, but these motherfuckers spend all day picking up empties, bring them to the beer store, and leave with some beer. Oh, no. They're bringing them home. I'm catching them. I'm not giving them beer. Sorry, brethren. The money's mine. You can have it back when I'm done with it sometime. What is that? That's seed. That's not a weed seed. What is that?
I got niggas in the front ready and willing to split you down the middle. Just like
there wasn't much fun to that. Shaking up your kidneys.
Cause you faking it Disney, my niggas nifty and shifty, pissy, really icky, shiggy. We don't give a wiggy, what really.
Now this is the professional shit. And I see crystals all over it. Your bags make crystals stick to it, and there's no crystals on the brethren.
You niggas is crazy. Fuck up, fight and learn what these talents do. You could be as cuckoo as you want, or unbalanced too. Fixing the garden, I'm coming to batter you. Massacre splatter you, run you off of your avenue.
While I laugh at you.
The money start dizzy, dementia options. My figment of the appearance igneous. Run you up the district. If you rep the team, I know you'll set me high. Big shots, nigga, rep
Go ahead, Mr. Officer, Mr. Policeman, I'm gonna throw your fucking head out in a garbage can like Captain O'Malley, getting shot in an alley, aiming at the back of your snapback, making it happen splat. It's like that, especially if you a rap. Or old niggas that go way back.
Cash crops, money growing trees, just turning coke, leaf to crack rock. On the block, get a key, keep it padlocked. Innocent animals, watching dog, jealous grass talk.
What's a crackhead gonna do for you?
Like
What are you gonna do with a big bag of crack if you can't sell it? Smoke it? Seriously?
You with more clips is for instance the same equivalent as a bad nil in the
If I fuck up and smoke all my stock, I just go get more, and I'm satisfied knowing I'm killing the cancer. No, I don't have cancer. I smoke so much weed. You see what I'm saying?
Big shots, nigga, rep your block. Holding your tongue to play off where the soldiers is from.
I need coffee. I gotta get this jacket off because it's in the fucking way. I need a different. I need a 6.5 gallon bucket. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? They exist. They exist. Oh, yeah. It's a little bit bigger. Fuck, I should have kept those. How many times you say that in your life? I used to have. Damn, I should get those.
When they fuck with me, turn like a track star when they fuck with me. Buck shot, but I buck shots on me. I pat the hollows for the cops only. It's all real. They call me abs is still, beside my abs they're still. I make you feel still and your abs for real. Cook coke like a gourmet chef, perfection. See my throat flow stack up, erection. Not mention me getting love for hoes.
I'll put it to you this way: the coke baggie and the weed baggie from back here have the same amount of crystals on them.
Niggas don't want war cause they lack the toast. Yeah, rep the team, I know you'll set me high. Big shots, nigga, rep your block.
Keep the assembly line fucking moving. I once worked for a packaging company called Talent, like talents, like you think I'm joking? What do? We shrink wrap shit and shit. Packed it up and unitized it.
Xavier.
Hey, W5, your so-called tobacco expert is retarded, eh? Look. It's out. That's not fake, it's out. Moron. Because you're a non-smoker, stupid. You're not an expert on cigarettes if you're a non-smoker. Don't buy weed for people that don't smoke weed. You don't know.
Getting down in my boxes, ASAP, rockin'. I handle all of y'all problems. I do damn now. I'm popping out with Gucci, Polo, movies, low with your hoe like oh no, she go low, I been running around in the six, nigga, running around saying tricks, nigga, fitting shit bigger than that nigga could be saying scripts, trying to get the 6 figures, the 6 nigga. Once they get a little bigger, I'ma hit the strip, nigga. Got 100 grams of rubber bands, I bag it up and go and hit the strip,
Hello, this call is from the Tax Department of Canada Revenue Agency. The reason behind this call is that there is a case, a lawsuit, that is getting filed under your name. The moment you receive this message, I need you to get back to me on my department division number, that is 647-945-9549. I repeat, 647-945-9549. Now, if I don't hear a call from you, we will have to issue an arrest warrant under your name and get you arrested. So get back to me as soon as possible. Thank you.
I'm riding around the city with a stick of sticky icky, no complaining, speeding, rushing, blowing trouble. I'm running out of time, I got that money on my mind and I'm too hot to switch and mix it with the dough. I see these bitches stacking, man, these wannabe rappers talking shit, gee, I better take a note. On the come up, steady rising, some up.
Them Hindustani cocksuckers got away with some $15 million or some shit. That's $1,015 or some shit. They already stole the money and scammed it, eh? Now the government's gonna have a hell of a time getting any of it back. That was 3 weeks ago. Now, you know, they ain't never gonna see it's a non-violent crime. And because they're foreigners, there's this weird shit that comes up. You have rights, right? But at the same point, if you're a foreigner in the United States, you also don't have rights. But you can be deported or you can be punished all the hell. You know, if it were me and I was the premier prime minister, I'd say, oh, that's treason. I'd kill you myself. But this open fucking season on Hindustani scam artists, 15 million, eh? You know how much work I could put on the block with that? 15 million, you fucking brown skin pieces of shit. Eh? I'm black with white skin, but you brown skin motherfuckers are cocksuckers. Eh? Hindustani, eh? I don't call you Indian. Cause you keep telling me I stole the word and you're the original Indian. You got fucking Louis fucking Oh, what's his fucking name? Louis, fucking the one that flashed his dick at people and masturbating and shit. Fucking, I am convinced that somehow Christopher Columbus was looking for a country named India that didn't exist until 1949. He left in 1492. In 1949, the country India. So I'm a thief and I'm a dirty heathen and all these fucking things. And a nigger, by the way, they call it Dalit in Hindustan, in India. Oh yeah, you're not allowed in temples and things, supposedly. These aren't real rules. The rules that the fucking ruling class have made up because they got a caste system in India. So I don't know where these scam artists fit in. I'm gonna fucking bury you in these woods. I'm gonna cut pieces off you till you tell me the PIN numbers and bank account numbers. I'm gonna hurt your kids right in front of you. Your grandmother, your grandfather. I don't know. You Hindustanis live forever. You're like 32 and you got like uncles and aunts that are like 140, right? 6 generations or some shit. You're fucking dumb, buddy. Steal 15 million or whatever out of this country. Oh, Reg. 15 million people. There's $1 from everybody in this province. Oh, bank flags, dollar signs. Motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up. I imagine that phone number doesn't work. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. They put it out there. It's my property now. Once I leave a recording on your voicemail, it's your property. Learn the intellectual property laws before you babble and talk shit. Don't look at me funny for taking a picture. Get the fuck out of public, stupid. Or cover your face like I do, stupid. Oh, yeah. So the Somali scammed me out of a little thing. I'm gonna get him back. The other, this dude's cool. This has nothing to do with these scam artists, but he's a Hindustani. And he thought he would call the cops on me for taking a picture. I opened the door wider. What? You need to take a picture. So? And when they walked away, there's videos on this channel. I grabbed the camera, come walking out there, walking over to the fucking elevator. The Russian cop comes like this, like he's gonna come hit me. I go, hey, it's a camera. Oh, coming around the corner with something in your hands is kind of dumb in this situation. Excuse me? I got accused of taking a picture with a camera, so having a camera in my hand is dumb. And I didn't come around the corner. I was going in a straight line. It's a straight hallway. He was around the corner and jumped out at me. You pussy holes don't know how to fight or set shit up or do nothing. You're going to call the cops. So I got the Somali under this thumb, and I got the Hindustani under this thumb. I'm just playing video games all fucking day with these dummies. Oh, they used to work the same shift together. They never even see each other anymore. Low crime Monday, low crime Tuesday, low crime Wednesday, low crime Thursday. What comes next? I think it's low crime Friday. That's how you get patrols reduced, Brad, huh? What am I talking about? Unfortunately, I've only given you as much details as I can. So I have to fucking start up the SoundCloud. I should turn the volume down, man. If I pause it, it disappears after 2 minutes. All right, give me a second and I'll turn it back on. 41, 45. What the fuck? How can I time myself when the timer don't work for shit? 53, 54, 42, 55. Oh, good. You froze the whole fucking machine. That's good.
I'm riding around the city with a sticky, icky, no complaining, speeding, rushing, blowing troll. I'm running out of time, I got that money on my mind, and I'm too hot to switch and mix it with the dope.
This is the real drug.
Bitches stacking, man, these wannabe rappers talking shit, gee, I better take a note. On the come up, steady rising, some of y'all be steady hiding, I'm colliding, slipping, sliding to your hoe. Low key, no piano. These rappers frontin' like they Lucky Luciano, but they don't know that I'm a goddamn bad man. And when you see me, best believe I read in black, that's Batman. I turn yellow in the ghost, eat them like Pac-Man. No games for you out in trash cans, no shame. You want blow, that's no way. That cocaine got your nose red like strawberries from show dice. I get money and sit
back and post, man. Chill deep and for real creep on your Dane. That he leave you with no sleep and no brain. Then you awake with no sneaks and no chain. A black sneak getting shiggity. You know Ray, a fast life living, but still dealing with some slow days. What can I say? That's just what it is, dog. But I gotta get that money for my next of kin, dog. Ride around the city with a stick of sticky icky. No complaining, speeding, rushing, blowing throw. I'm running out of time. I got that money in my mind and I'm too hard to switch and mix it with the dope. I see these bitches slacking, man. These wannabe rappers talking shit. Gee, I better take a note.
Illegal Indian cigarettes cause fires because they never go out. But the fact is, most fires are caused by cooking. The chances of me burning my house up right now are a millionfold because of that.
Niggas that be on the show, you on the turn out here, boy.
Look how many cigarettes I smoke. You see me set anything on fire yet? No. Should have. The way my life goes, I'm surprised you haven't. But that thing right there, even though it's squeezing on it and it's got the fucking overheat thing and the overrunning timer and all that shit, that is more likely to burn my ass out than this.
Check it.
Oh, I took some videos walking around too. It's very beautiful day. And everybody's actually leaving some elbow room. Hey. Everybody's acting like a gangster. I don't know if you can see my face. Yeah, but I know what clothes you're wearing. Stop it.
I hate mankind, I'm against all like a terrorist. In the arms of security, stolen away. Death stealing loved ones, let my soul astray.
By the way, we the police out there right now. The Micmac Warrior Society is military police. The cops don't want to deal with nothing right now. And I don't blame them. Every fucking jackass crackhead is gonna cough in their face like it's funny. And they're in the position of having to go around, quote unquote, help people, but also not make them sick. Some old lady calls the cops because she gets robbed, and the cop shows up, and then she gets sick. What do you think that guy's gonna feel? So they sit in their cars with the windows rolled up, and I'm standing on the corner with the rolled up, burning. I don't give a fuck. It's earning money every day in front of them, which I'll pay. I don't give a fuck what they say. This is our turn today.
I'm on empty, so don't fucking tell me. I'ma make it there eventually. These days I'm on empty, so don't fucking tap me.
What would you think would happen if you did something to these businesses I had out in, eh? Oh, I'm just some random drug dealer. I'm gonna run away when the cops come in. Oh, fuck, I don't want to get in trouble. You're gonna get your face smeared up and down these alleys, man. And when the cops show up, they're gonna laugh at you.
Everywhere we go, we're always getting props. Anyone that's heard us know we're going to the top, but we're not there yet. It's not a sure bet. No matter how
make money without having to victimize people. That's a gangster hustler. A gangster hustler don't have to hurt nobody to make money, eh?
I got dreams of jets and feeding my family. Could this be preposterous? Thoughts about Grammys? What if it's not my fate, even though I flow uncanny? Am I supposed to force my way in? All guns blazing? Should I be selling drugs at the days in? Instead of writing verses at home on my days in? Now I'm in my living room.
Keep the overhead low. Do it at the Motel 6.
More than anything, I want this for my wife. More than anything, I want this for my family's life. So roll up a dice. I mean, it's all the chance. So I stay my battle stance.
No direct connection. This is from 306. The other track is from Queen Street East out here. When we used to trap at the old Days Inn, because it's a Days Inn at Queen and Kingston. But I play both these, right?
These days I'm on empty, so don't fucking tap me. I'ma make it there eventually. These days I'm on empty, so don't fucking tap me. I'ma make it there eventually. I like the way the microphone looks upon this stand. I like the way the microphone feels inside my hand. It feels like I've finally been
I think it's valid shit
to
myself.
the microphone, I begin to let my rage. People coming up to me, they're trying to say you can't be an MC, so move out the way. But I step up because I always stand my ground. I would take a fucking bullet for this life I have found. Yeah, the ecstasy I get when I'm about to spit.
The thing is, this thing is making one size fits all for guys up to 300 pounds, right?
Like a whole treat to strip. another dollar from another fucking dick. I've opened up my mind and I learned to use my heart. But the
Spanish
school's
for
like
the
a crime that's
devil,
steady carrying
Spanish
me
for the
apart.
devil.
But
I'm
unlike
on the
people
fucking
out
level.
molding
I'm
back into
fucking
one.
evil, like
Using
a
this
evil. Full
microphone
of
like a
stunts,
music
like
gun.
evil
Shots so
Knievel.
loud, heard from Newfoundland to BC. Flooding your mind
Have
with
your
the records from
stores
gang
filled up
green.
with
Taking over
evil.
this
And
underground
rats and
team.
pests, and
People
everybody
screaming out
knows.
TKRE. I know that I can make it if I only believe. Because living my life, it's like living a dream. I wake up tomorrow and things aren't what they seem. But I know that I can make it. I know that I'll succeed. These days I'm on empty, so don't fucking tempt me. I'ma make it there eventually. These days I'm on empty.
I've never been at the bottom, I've been at the bottom, but not like mentally, like, oh my god, my life sucks. You know, it's never been like that for me.
I'ma make it there eventually. These days I'm on empty, so
That
don't
piss
fucking
people
tempt
off.
me. I'ma make it there eventually. Yeah.
I wish you guys could see this properly. But the bag is clear. The fuzziness is all the THC crystal. And it's green and white, not just green. Not just white. It also looks organic. Cocaine don't look organic. Cocaine looks like it came out of a fucking baby powder bottle. Alright, I need rolling papers that I stood up to get 10 minutes ago and didn't get them.
Sabes que somos los duros.
Hey, yeah, nigga, yeah. Siempre activo ayer. Un papalón.
But I need an orange jumpsuit.
Mantiene.
What do you mean, officer? Like one of them damn jumpsuits? Really? No, man. I ain't seen them, dog.
Oh, yeah. I just took a blast of booty down before I wrote this, so I can better exhibit to niggas with focus. You niggas is miserable and hopeless. I don't fuck with you jokers. You look in my eyes and you can tell that I'm focused. Staying up late night with the smokers. 7 ounces on the chokers. Hypnosis, jacuzzi, water, soakers. Lava. Beat you like a pinata, my nigga shooters not the type to put the fire to the chop. On the run from La Jara, La Mono, La Poli.
What I just said about the bear store? I do the same thing to crack dealers. I catch the crackheads before they get there. I sell them weed and cigarettes.
Open up a little boutique and they assume it's the cover up naturally, half fashionally. Toss a couple drops
My
of
shit's
water
so
in the
strong. I'm like,
bucket,
no crackheads,
gravity,
bitch. Not
bougie
forever.
women call me
Before
your
they
majesty.
anyway.
Accurately slap the key and have
Get
it
their
bring
heads
it back
straight.
with
They're
me
gonna
on the
make
trap
some
and
more
street
pay.
sauce.
Blow their whole
When I
fucking
used to
brain
shit my
out.
G's, niggas would laugh at me. Now they watching Son Dixon like Bush Cassidy. I'm on top of the game. Feed a shorty couple dumpers and watch her hop on the flame. Feel the cool breeze that come before the tropical rain. Mixing the soda, drop it in the flame, and then I chop it for change.
I chop it for change. I chop it for change. I dump it at the laundry. That's laundering. I put it in the washing machine. It comes out perfectly clean. Do you motherfucking idiots understand what I mean?
Unexpected come up.
Unexpected come up was
break your heart.
Was fully expected. In my case, in my place, I don't do the shit
Little
that
puppy
I
ate the shark. I had to laugh at niggas. I hate to use the N-word. Cool dope for hope, cause I've been broke. We chopping up the coke. We got the block rocking like the boat. The lock when we chopping like it's soap. The fiends be on the float. And if the nigga dead, grab the rope. We jump real high. Suicide. The left is how the homies ride. No time for phony lies. Lines be like genocide. A renegade. Lemons to lemonade. Forgive me for my sinning. Drug dealing, fly linens, Latin women. Medellin, this is Ochoa's return. Will these fuck boys ever learn? If it ever be my turn. Stack chips, never let it burn. Slicker than your wig on a perm. Make it never see the God.
That would technically work, but I would try
see the God. The fat see me how I feed the squad.
So this is how strong our weed out here in the West End is. So this will be probably a half-quarter bag. And it left so many crystals on it from that half-quarter, I'm going to get a joint's worth of THC out of it. And so it won't be like a 0.25 or 0.3 of whatever, but there will be the same amount of THC, which is about 100 milligrams in. 100 milligrams of THC is a good dose. What do you see me doing? Drinking water and coffee and milk, eating chicken and pork. Ain't no fucking weirdo shit up in here.
It's only allegations. If it was mine, it was in case they tried to run on me. 3 to 5 is what they asking, but I won't wipe the face. Got a little daughter to raise, so I'ma fight the case. When I got that phone call, man, I couldn't top that doc. You were angel, now white in that wooden box. That's a vision I could never remove. And if I go, it's cause I'm dancing with the devil in the heavenly mood. That's like mixing water with oil.
The devil doesn't change. The devil changes you.
I just really want my brother back. I want that joy back in his mother's heart. I want the bullets for first that hit his brother's heart. When I back the ratchet, they had the Mac in the ways. And we ain't friends, this ain't back in the day. 2017, I probably put the Mac to his face. Fuck these shows, I'm strapped up at the back of the stage. I'll shoot it up and then I'll join the crowd. On my hit shit, while I'm running, disassemble it on some sick shit. Take the springs out so we won't shoot in ballistics. And that's how you get away with charges on some stick shit. Yeah, I was raised with the savages. Grew up with them savages, never ran in my average kids. I only slapped back and stood tall. And this rap shit ain't the only way I put my hood on. Put my hood on with a black mask and a broken strap. Still bang 6 and dented whips when I hold it back. Why'd I roll with that? In these streets, there ain't no holding back. Gotta move, needing the street, busting an older strap. I got 7 in that 5th, like my block number. 17 in the clip for my blockbusters. I ain't gotta wait for my tape. This ain't no
all the guns come from the U.S.
14 when he shot something. 15
Some of them come from failed nation states 60 fucking years ago.
Even when I got knocked, nigga, I was repping the same. A week later, 10 bands just to get out the cage. Fake love, handshakes and hugs. There's 8 in the snub, that's 2 more than the 38 I gave to my cuz. And if you know me, you know that I've been real. Since a little you, I'm the block riding big wheels. But I'm a lot older on this block with the big steel. Peanut butter black left his brains on the windshield. Drop paper, scissors, spin kick like a windmill. 4/5 clip hang lower than the windshield.
Say crime pays, so I'm outside with a 9's wave. Dark clouds follow me everywhere I go. I'm hearing voices talking to me while I'm sleeping at night. Eyes open, can't move, ain't a person in sight. Premonitions and visions, you can see the red in my eyes like the red light underneath the black 45. How you got it done, but you ain't walking with it. It's like a pit bull locked in a cage. Truth through flesh when it bark after it bite. Flee the scene low key, quiet storm playing on the getaway. Roll a blunt to calm my nerves. Adrenaline still rushing through my veins. It was either me or him, so for that I couldn't complain. Simple message for you little niggas, better stay out the way. Test my arms, then I bear arms. It's only right.
I got a dog coming.
Like they did King Cousin Harold at the red light. You try to reach, then I'm leaving with the mat. Broad day shooters, you know about us. In the West End, everybody heard about us. On that Max
I know you're from Greenwood.
Lit niggas coming through the alley. Yellow tape on your strip, hella shells on the floor. That's how my niggas do it when it's time for the war. That's how my niggas do it when it's time for the war, nigga. 714G, nigga. Lost world. Lost world all day, nigga.
G19. COVID-19 beats my grandfather's block. I don't give a fuck. I never punch the clock if I don't have to. If you fuck around, I'm gonna clap at you while my friends laugh at you.
Ne pak saffen met mijn zak, wat ze centen maandelijkse toeslagen voor iets dat kan niet betalen kan. Joar, dinero para vloes, maar plata. Babylon brandt in de band van Satan. België, walks like a dog, talks like a dog, looks like a dog. So it
They
must
make
be
fun
the
of you,
shine.
Aubrey.
Allemaal papers, F35's, premies, mandaten, allemaal zeven. Frauduleuze vis en twist. Bankrood, gevroren zakloos, rode steden. Meer en meer belastingen dan de helpenplan. Vastgoed, maffia, meer afsteden. Veel te veel zaak voor, veel te weinig vetzakken. Veel te veel redenen voor veel te weinig protest. Loop ik met de kutten mee, terwijl ik met de kraan lopen. Kan niet lang.
Welcome to the Cousin C show. Now sit your ass the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Get the gas mask on the gas mask. 1D rappers.
The gas mask and through it.
Last week, they
You knew we'd do it. Coming through, it's nothing new. It's like the news, the same shit every day. Always do shit the same way.
Check my name out on all the posters.
You know what happens when we don't stick to the plan? Nobody knows, cause we never fucking do that shit, man.
We ain't in the strip club, we call it Purro. I don't know what you heard, ho. I'ma tell you straight, baby. I'm a surf pro, running game like a pimp, bitch. Yeah, I'm running game with a limp, bitch. The big dog gonna teach you some tricks, bitch. Get out there, catch a date and stack my chips, bitch.
These assholes got money to smoke crack, but not buy cigarettes. Yeah.
You went last week, enjoy the past week. Must be one our music except for last week.
The future, track bruisers. Caught the beat in the back of the cruiser. Fuck the game up, Kama Sutra. In my Red Rover, I will run right through ya. Growl on the mic like a beast should. Go hard on the beat, think Clint Eastwood.
Oh yeah, Suge Knight's such a big bad guy. He should have said, yeah, I ran that nigga over on purpose too. Hey, he was trying to kill me. No, I couldn't see. I was having this problem. You play a thug your whole life and then try to play the weak victim in court. The judge gonna kick your ass again.
Return, get the gas mask when we spark that.
How much was it?
I think we parked that.
Gas mask, let me pass that. What team rappers, where your ass at? You went last week, enjoy the past week. Must be why our music's everlasting. Get the gas mask, let me pass that. What team rappers, where your ass at? You went last week, enjoy the past week. Must be why our music's everlasting.
I go Coco, so loco. Whoop, whoop. No popo, that don't know. I'm so pro, go so slow in a low low. Twisted like Toto. Oh no, tone game like Tony Romo. Even the G's love me, no homo. With the crew, that's a no-no. I'm high low when I flow. When I flow, it's high low. Surf the beat, watch my roll. Grab the mic, hit hard like Tybo.
One team rappers, where your ass at?
Eating the world from my garbage dog. Eating the world from my garbage dog.
One team rappers, where your ass at? You went last week, enjoy the past week. Must be why our music's everlasting.
Niggas is better than me.
Niggas don't love you.
Batman.
You see me and freeze. RDG, no game players. These niggas are so melodramatic. Going at 'em with the fucking automatic.
YG back on the tracks and the crack shit's watch on the stack. Niggas don't love you, that's a fact. Keep them back, no cheese. God bless me, no sneeze. Niggas see me and freeze. Shorty no shit, he's got strapped to the slap. They moving like a stack. Relax, just rack. Put him in a box, no jack. Roll one deep, never need a pack. Hey. Niggas know me from north to the south. Never need no one. Make my own club. Southside, Regent Park. Nigga, that's my road. Niggas selling drugs, man. I'm in a drought. They all know what I'm about. Stuck in red, talk shit, catch lead. Hit the head off the shits, no meds. To the fuck on the red. Stay away from the feds. On the streets, no bed. Hey, deep water, I drank. I'll snow, no sled. I'll swamp me dead. This day I dread. Bitch gave me head. See my strap, they fled. Hey, I know they said I don't be shit when I was in the ditch. No pussy, I'm rich. They low, don't switch. They solid one bitch. See the flick of the wrist. I'm awesome shit. Talk shit, get hit. Big punk, call me lit. I keep my stick, I let it flick just like a dick. I'm in this house like old Saint Nick. She want my dick, she know I'm sick. I ain't a crip, that crack I nip. I hit his lip if he talking shit. Fuck his click and fuck his gang. I'll hit the three just like I'm dang. She wanna kang that booty I bang. If he owe my gang, them hollows stang. My shorty's pang, she loves when I sing. She feels the pain, I'm in the rain. Hit a stain if it means getting paid. And this my click, you getting late. I'm in the trap, the cop to the raid. I got that work, you know it's A grade.
A grade, no B grade, no stale bread, it's just bakery is sold, it is given away for free.
Hey. Hit him with a slug, love all about my dough. Gotta make sure my boys don't blow. They love my beat, they rate my flow. My neck is cold, it's 0 below. Big wrist gon' shoot, you know I drove. I keep my heat.
You wanna know where they can bake bread? All day, every day, 365 days a year. No changes needed. Get back, motherfucker. Oh, you thought the air pollution rules and the climate change is gonna get rid of that? I don't think so. You think the niggas ain't out there baking bread right now? You don't buy it from Weston. Yeah, man. Where's all your French customers? God, like that.
Check my flag, it's really red. Married to the game, not newlywed. Niggas watch my every move. They just wanna see me lose. These niggas lost like blues clues. My flow is sick, it's got the flu. Hey, I make bread, just call me Dempster's in her mouth, just like a denture. I am icy, looking fresher. Fuck that bitch, I'll never miss her. She respect me, call me Mister. Since she left, I have been better. Really wish I never met her. Page these niggas like a letter.
Since the paper's white, I can't fucking show you fuck off. If the paper was black, you would see it covered in white dust.
Black bandana, black and green bandana, black bandana, black bandana, black and green, black bandana, black bandana, black and green, black bandana, black bandana, black and green, black bandana, black bandana, black and green. On that gang shit, on that we don't play shit. Let it spray shit, flushing ain't okay shit. Let it bang shit, let your colors hang shit. On that crazy shit, chopper spit and flame shit. Know you hate shit, know you mad today, bitch. We done made it, off the block we skated. Massachusetts, made its way to New York State. Plus a peace game, we can take this whole country. One block at a time, bricks and halves, quarters, dimes. Flip it one more time, stacking paper, godless crime. Facts like shit, you dealt with on the real quick. Extra clips, plastic filter to the tip. Black bandana, black and green bandana. 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 Black bandana, black bandana, black and green. Black bandana, black bandana.
All the shit about this virus, you starting to understand why I flip the fuck out every time I cluster try to use my lighter. Fuck off.
Bandana, black and green. Tony Montana, you ain't got your shit on us. Now, throw with children in the car because we get no fuck. Throw up your flag, throw up your signs and represent. We with the crew, in case you gonna slit your neck. We dangerous like Buster Bus in 97. We aiming bustin', you wanna stairway to heaven. I'm about to let you get the fact of fucking white. I got
timing sucks. I turn it on now, it's gonna be sports and bullshit.
In my kitchen, serving beats, feeding addiction. My money's straight, this life I lead be fucking bitchin'. I wave from flags with black and green like LA Crips. But we ain't them, this puzzle piece can't need a fish. Black bandana, black and green bandana.
Might look purple, it's dark blue. Might look black, I don't know, but it is blue.
Black bandana, black and green bandana. Black bandana, black and green bandana. Black bandana, black bandana, black and green. Black bandana,
the great quarantine.
black and green. Black bandana, black bandana, black and green. Black bandana, black bandana, black and green. Black bandana, black and green bandana. 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 Black bandana, black bandana, black and green. Black bandana, black bandana, black and green. Black bandana, black bandana, black and green. Black bandana, black bandana, black and green.
A little thinking goes a long way.
Black
The fridge
black and green,
and the radio are plugged in on the same bar.
black and green,
I don't have to notice the fridge not running.
black and green.
I just have to wonder what the fuck happened to my radio. And no, the oven's not plugged into that. Can you not see the red?
I don't knock, I don't pick locks. I kick doors down and let go shots. Call me hot shot, real life nightmare. And the S, I make niggas crack extra tears. No alcohol, no beer. Like Freddy, I'll kill you when your nightmares. Where the cash at? Where the stash at? Fuck around, we gon' find where the girl's at. She's in the strip on the floor like the doormat. Brick and break the blue sky, cause she know you whack. Bulldogs, listen, you be thinking of a rap. This ain't fiction, we thinking of a rap. 1 crip, 2 crips, 3 crips, 4. Bulldog, nigga, 6 bloods on the floor. 1 crips, 2 crips, 3 crips, 4. Bulldog, nigga, 6 bloods on the floor. Booyah!
Just about to start, flip it in the end. If you don't understand, then we cannot be right hand.
Coming in, no matter what, by the window, by the door. Yeah, speaking on the lock for the door. That's a show, cause we know what you got on the stove, on the table, and your money's in the box. So I'm picking on the lock, coming through the door, blasting. No move, never hit the ass. One bad move, then you get your ass kicked. Yo, I'm not in the mood, so the peach gas. You see the eyes of a wolf, and I hope you see it. Cold goes around, so your ass is frozen. Wolf, motherfucker, now you about to get defeated. My bad, you the one who chose it. I know we ain't both to give no options. Not more made, but a man on a mission. It's not a good dream, but a bad situation. More like a nightmare, you are the victim. 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. No, upstairs.
Tastes like weed.
1, not 2, not 3, not 4. I hope you see us coming in. So 1, not 2, not 3, not 4.
There's easily 100 milligrams of THC crystal in it. You can't see them in this shot, but Land Diane is all crystals.
Taps into it. Like even when we're not trying, every time a song plays, I notice the actions, everything is connected to the song. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. 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 What are you talking to me? Look at them price on the jeans. I got no time for a tease. Money is all that I breathe. I got my tricks on my sleeve. My bitch a bit of a freak. Yeah, I just came out of the womb. Need to be speaking my truth. You never stepped in my shoes. Yeah, I'm pulling up in a few. Niggas don't know what to do. I'm taking all of the loot. Whoa, I got my fam from the bay. We can be sleeping all day. I got their blood in my veins.
I got your blood in my veins.
I got more gold on my chain. Nigga, I'm going insane. I'm taking all of the hate. I disappear like a ghost. I keep my ducks in a row. I keep that bitch on her toes. Whoa, when you step into my zone, give me a hit on my phone. I get it all for the low. Yo, pull up on your block, rollin' please, yo. Chillin' with the homies makes it easier. I can sip on 40s, I can sip on this all night. I can sip on 40s, I can sip on this all night. Pull up on your block, rollin' please, yo. Chillin' with the homies makes it easier. I can sip on 40s, I can sip on this all night, right? I can sip on 40s, I can sip on this all night. All night. Yo, whoa, yeah. Yo, whoa, what are you talking to me? Look at them price on the jeans.
I got no time for a tease. No time for a tease. Money is all that I breathe. I got my tricks in my sleeve. My bitch a bit of a freak. Yo, I just came out of the womb. Need to be speaking my truth. You never stepped in my shoes. Yo, I'm pulling up in a few. Niggas don't know what to do. I'm taking all of the loot. Whoa, I'm taking it.
The mind of a killer, the mind of a maniac, the mind of a lunatic, the mind of a native who ain't giving up, a native who don't give a fuck, a native with the screws, but ain't a fucking screw. I got the mind of a killer, the mind of a maniac, the mind of a lunatic, the mind of a native who ain't giving up, a native who don't give a fuck, a native with the screws, but ain't a fucking screw up. I have a few screws and most people don't. I'm a crazy little bastard, full-blown criminal, savage through and through. For my warrior I have known, the game that I was shown, I keep to my own. I got a ill temper in a very short fuse. The patience that I got, you don't want me to lose. I'm known to blow up, I'm known for destruction, I'm known for the wicked. The wickedness is from the blood in my veins, and the ways I'll never change. I'm slowly going insane, shit keeps fucking with my brain. I'm lost in the sauce, can't find my way out. I'm from a small town and we don't fuck around. You can hate all you want, shit ain't gonna stop. And I stomp up and down the block and keep on.
This phone's all fucked up. Why am I spending so much time trying to fix it?
This head boy, that's the shit ain't nobody stop. The mind of a killer, the mind of a maniac, the mind of a lunatic, the mind of a native who ain't giving up, a native who don't give a fuck, a native with the screws, but ain't a fucking screw. I got the mind of a killer, the mind of a maniac, the mind of a lunatic, the mind of a native who ain't giving up,
fuck off!
International Olympic President Thomas Bach tells the New York Times the Summer Games will not be canceled for the first time since World War II. But he now admits postponing the Games is on the table. Last week, Japan's Olympic Minister for
Time to just for fun. They want to see me with my hands out begging for funds. They ain't gonna see that shit cause I really make runs. They saying that they gotta get their job done.
The latest official to call
70% of the Japanese think the games aren't going to happen.
calling it the right and responsible thing to do.
Trump says do it next year.
To All News Radio,
but
as the number of coronavirus infections rises across the U.S., hospitals are becoming increasingly overwhelmed. The New York governor says his administration is exploring ways to turn convention centers and state university campuses into makeshift hospitals.
We're working on building new beds. We're going to go out and review a number of sites today. I'd like to get a final list to the federal government and the Army Corps of Engineers today.
Forgot the world.
He says the goal is to get hospital capacity up to 75,000 beds from around the current 50,000. And spring is sprung. While it's still cool enough to keep most people indoors, City News reporter Jonathan Muma reports warmer weather will have some looking to self-isolate outdoors.
Dr. Chris Modi, professor and head of the Department of
So all you people that went and got the flu shot, so you wouldn't have to wear a face mask because you work in healthcare, and now you have to wear a face mask anyway?
Exercise is important, and walking and running are no more dangerous now than they were before, assuming you don't stop to chat with people or touch anything.
There's an old adage that says you use it or you lose it. And I'm concerned that people are going to decondition and lose the ability to go out and do the things that they want to do.
But many in Vancouver, where spring seems to last all winter, are still spending time in groups outside. Then there are the scenes from Florida, with spring breakers packed onto beaches like a herd of seals.
Well, it's concerning, to be sure.
And Dr. Modi says don't expect warm weather to keep you safe, as you should be aware COVID-19 is affecting all areas of the globe. I'm Jonathan Muma.
What she doesn't
Coming up
tell
in
you
just 60
means
seconds,
winter and
traffic and
summer.
weather together on the one. 680 News Time, 9:50.
Toronto is enriched by publicly owned services that help make this the best city in the world. From librarians who help us research projects, to public health nurses who keep us healthy, to recycling collectors who keep black box materials out of landfills. These public services are integral to a vibrant and prosperous city because they're accountable to residents and good for both the economy and workers. By the Canadian Union of Public Employees.
Hi, I'm Tom Rokicki of Inline Fiberglass Windows. You're probably already aware of the benefits in selecting our fiberglass windows: beauty, performance, and durability. But did you know that our fiberglass windows were carefully selected by building professionals for the Greenpeace National Headquarters, Canada's Greenest Home, and CMHC's Healthy House? It's no coincidence that vinyl, wood, or aluminum windows were not selected for these projects. Visit us at our factory direct showroom or at inlinefiberglass.com.
680 News Time, 9:51. Traffic, weather together on the ones. Great gear.
I give the guy that smokes with chicken. He's like, that's a lot.
Okay. So we have that crash cleanup almost complete. I'm
not telling me he bought the chicken.
To 410 and the collectors.
We're not going to pursue this conversation because I'm just going to.
It looks like they're just tidying up some last little bits here, and then we'll have all lanes reopen, but it's not slowing you down any longer. Eastbound on the 401, construction at Whites Road in the Express. 2 right lanes are blocked off, and then east of Whites Road, the express to collector transfer has been closed. Still dealing with a power outage, stretching Bloor down to the Lakeshore, Kipling east to Parkside. Toronto Hydro hopes to have it done soon. This is after an earlier crash, and it's taken the power out. So just heads up as you go through some intersections, just make sure you're not blowing through them when you should be treating them as a four-way stop. Adventure awaits in the 2020 RX 350 from Lexus of Oakville. Lease for just $258 bi-weekly with $7,308 down and a delivery credit up to $2,000. See lexusofoakville.ca. Next report, 10:01. The forecast with Denise Andriacci.
Clear and cold overnight tonight, sunny and near 1 degree for Sunday. We'll see some mixed precipitation and a little bit of light snow Sunday night. Monday, unsettled, highs near 3 degrees. We'll see a little bit of snow, a little bit of mixing, and possibly some rain along the lakeshore. Mix of sun and cloud for Tuesday and a milder day near 8 degrees. Your overnight low tonight, -7. Downtown Toronto, -1, feels like -6, and over Toronto Pearson, similar conditions there under a cloudy sky. 680 News Time, 9:53.
Ontario's doctors are working with government to provide the best possible advice about coronavirus. Take these 5 easy steps to protect yourself. 1. Wash your hands for at least 20
Don't buy
seconds.
chicken off a
2.
crackhead.
Cover sneeze into your sleeve.
Wash your hands
3.
before you
Avoid
handle
touching
that
your face.
chicken.
4. Stay home
Don't
when
do
you're
drugs
ill.
you'll find
And
on the
5.
street.
Disinfect heavily touched surfaces. For more
Don't
information,
go to
visit
soap kitchens if you really don't have to.
ontario.ca/coronavirus. This message is brought to you by the Ontario Medical Association.
Somewhere beyond the headlines lies the big story. Hosted by veteran Canadian journalist Jordan Keith Rawlings. The Big Story, available wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe now.
9:54 is 680 News Time. A country music star superstar has died.
You got to go.
I don't give a fuck, bro. You give the worst advice. How the fuck you appear to have money is beyond me. But if you have money, why would you open up that fried chicken shit? That's a dumb business to get into. For a white boy country singer.
By comparison to them, and I think people thought it was my desire to change them.
I don't want to buy fried chicken off of some white boy country singer. I want the biggest, fattest black person you got frying that chicken. That's what I want. Is it good? No, it's good.
Right now, you can drive the redesigned 2020 CRV with special lease rates starting at 0.99%. Plus, get a $500 lease or finance cash bonus. Get a great deal and get Air Miles reward miles at Sicily Honda, 88 Steeles Avenue, just west of Yonge. Go to SiciliHonda.com for details. I'm Hugh Sicily. And we're family driven.
We've all heard those home renovation stories. Hi, I'm Jeannie Becker. Georgian Renovations has created Smart Reno to offer a home renovation that's quick, easy, and affordable. Simply choose from the Smart Reno packages or work with award-winning designers to create a vision that is truly your own. With a guaranteed price and time frame, it's never been easier to transform your home into something you'll fall in love with again. Get your free, no-obligation instant estimate today at GeorgianReno.com.
680 News Time, 9:56. Now your weekend business report. I'm Chris McCusker. Here's something to think about as coronavirus continues to change our world. A survey taken before the outbreak became a pandemic shows our relationship with money is different depending on our age. The survey was done by Edward Jones Canada. David Gunn is country leader.
With the boomer
Country what?
Which is age 55 to 75, they identified in Canada as the highest percentage of savers at 62%. I think a couple reasons for that.
What do you mean 60% what?
Simple life expectancy today. It's 82
You want the reason? Them people seeing poverty. Not, oh, I can't afford something. Nobody has anything.
With respect to
That's what they saw.
25 to 39 years old, 42% of millennials, and this was the highest percentage that regarded themselves as spenders, was the millennial group.
But we do have one thing in common.
We asked an interesting question. If you came across a $10,000 windfall of cash, what would you do with it? 49% of respondents, and it was virtually the same percentage across every generation, said that
I will buy $10 worth of weed 1,000 times.
And it makes sense because we are.
No, I'll buy $100 worth of weed 100 times.
We are. Today, in
It's almost the same deal.
$1.76 of debt for every $1 of disposable income. And then that's up 100% from 20 years ago. And you may ask, well, how is that compared to the United States? Well, in the U.S. today, 96 cents of debt for every $1 of disposable income. So dramatically different.
David Gunn is the country leader with Edward Jones Canada. And at the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.
We'll get you home with the best local.
What kind of debts are we talking about?
680 News. This spring at Mississauga and Rexdale Hyundai, Zero is the real hero. Time to fall in love with a new Hyundai with help from Zero. Right now, get the Hyundai Advantage with an incredible 0% lease and 0% financing on select Hyundai models. That also means zero stress, zero worry, and zero doubts on where to get your next Hyundai. Mississauga Hyundai or Rexdale Hyundai. Go ahead. Thanks Zero.
That was the whole business report, saving.
The super fan.
Can you tell us something relevant to right now?
For details.
Getting you where you need to go
faster.
The most traffic in Toronto. 680 News.
Introducing Montfair by Fremont, a new mid-rise condominium residence coming soon to Brampton. Ideally located between verdant parkland and a spectacular new urban park. Only minutes to the GO station in charming Mount Pleasant Village. Enjoy a convenient, connected lifestyle in a unique community. 1 and 2 bedroom suites starting from the mid-300s. Register at Fremont.com.
This is your breaking news station, 680 News.
And now for your regional weather conditions. It's clear pretty much across the board right now. -2 in Brampton, -1 in Hamilton, in Milton, -1. It's -3 in Uxbridge, Stouffville, and St. Catharines at this time. Partly cloudy in Oshawa and in Markham. Clear sky, -2. It's downtown Toronto, -1. With the wind, it feels like -6. And we're under a few clouds. Same conditions over at Toronto Pearson. 680 News is CFTR AM Toronto. Listen 3, 4, 5 times a day, and you'll always be in the know. You can find out how to hear us on your smart speaker, phone, or HD radio at 680news.com/listen. 680 News time, 10 o'clock.
Number 1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News.
In a week, you're going to be celebrating Earth Hour. Are you sure about that now?
It's Saturday, March the 21st. I'm Eden Tabata, and I'm Carly telling you, here's what's making news right now. The province needs you. That's the message to businesses from Premier Ford as healthcare workers run low on medical items. This as Ontario reports its 3rd death from COVID-19.
9 days.
The latest COVID-19 case numbers
Around 9:30 in the morning. 9,
Two down,
10, 3.
This deal reflects the priorities of all the parties at the table. The province reaches a tentative deal with the ETFO.
Details on Ontario's latest SIU investigation.
A second Ottawa Senators player has tested positive for COVID-19, and other officials are urging the 2020 games in Tokyo to be canceled. Sports
I got them cocksuckers business cards here.
Going virtual in the time of social distancing. We'll hear about a service company bringing the client to the showroom through technology.
680 News.
I think I never showed somebody a half pound of weed on a fucking video chat. Hey, buddy, look.
Here's Craig Gear.
This report is brought to you by Ontario Ministry of
This is
Health.
nothing
So
new.
we just have a little bit of cleanup going on. The MTO on the scene on the westbound 401 approaching the 410 in the collectors where the right lane's closed off, and a bit of construction on the eastbound 401 through Whites Road in the express. 2 right lanes are blocked off. And then east to Whites Road, the express to collector transfer has been shut down for some overnight construction. But everything's moving nicely. We're not seeing any slowdowns anywhere because of this maintenance work that's happening. The roads are really lightly traveled, which is great news. We still have a power outage happening, and it's Bloor down to the Lakeshore, Kipling, east over to Parkside. Treat all flashing traffic lights or lights that are working at all as a 4-way stop. Help protect yourself from viruses like COVID-19. Cough and sneeze into a tissue or
Right
your
of way
sleeve.
passes
Stay home
clockwise,
if you're sick.
cocksuckers.
Visit ontario.ca/coronavirus, paid for by the Government of Ontario. Your next report is at 10:11, and with the forecast, here's Denise.
How do you know my next
Clear and
report
cold
would be
through the
here?
overnight tonight, sunny and
10,
near
11.
0 for Sunday. Through the evening and overnight, we'll start to see some unsettled conditions, possibly a bit of snow and some mixed
Unsettled.
precipitation.
You always use that word.
Sunday
I don't know what that
temperatures
means.
hold steady near
Unsettled.
the freezing
Unsettled.
mark through the overnight. Your overnight low tonight is -7. -1 in downtown Toronto. With the wind, it feels like -6, and we're under a partly cloudy sky. Similar conditions over at Toronto Pearson. 680 News Time, 10:02.
The third death related to COVID-19 has been reported in Ontario. Case numbers continuing skyrocket
You gotta
across the
sample that,
country.
then it's some
The
type of
province
beef.
is currently sitting at 377 cases of the new coronavirus.
The Premier now making a plea to businesses and manufacturers for help during the pandemic. 680's Michelle Mackey has more.
Premier Doug Ford is calling upon manufacturing companies to shift their businesses in order to produce medical equipment in short supply.
And that's why today we're
Pay
launching
your
a
bills.
new website
Don't
called
cash your paychecks.
Ontario
Keep going to
Together.
fucking work and build whatever
We
the fuck they're asking you to
encourage
build.
those who
I don't care if
deliver
it's
essential
machine guns or
supplies to go to this website
fucking
and let us know.
cheese packaging. I don't give a fuck.
Frontline
Just do
healthcare
it.
workers are running out of key
You
items.
think we
as
stop
the
working
number
when the
of
power
cases
goes out,
continues to grow.
motherfucker?
Ontario's Associate Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Yappy, has new data on these patients.
Over 50% have traveled outside of Canada. About 12% were close contact of a case. And of those that had traveled, almost 30% had traveled to the United States.
She also confirms a third death from COVID-19.
That's where it's coming from, man. You think you gotta go to China or Italy. No, you crossing the border to Buffalo and coming back sick as a dog,
Medical
eh?
Officer of
Plague
Health, Dr.
dogs,
Eileen
eh?
Davila, says the city continues to see increasing numbers.
There are 193 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Toronto. And yes, we do see community transmission.
Dr. Davila is also advising all travelers returning from March break to self-isolate for 14 days, regardless of whether or not they are symptomatic. I'm Michelle Mackey. Another day, another series of new COVID-19 infections. Ontario recording their third death today, a Simcoe County man in his 70s. In Saskatchewan, there are 44 confirmed and presumptive cases. Newfoundland and Labrador has a total of 6 cases, 3 of those confirmed. New Brunswick totaling 17 cases now, 7 confirmed and 10 others presumptive. For the territories, only the Northwest has 1 case, but Nunavut and Yukon have none. All in all, a little more than 1,300 cases throughout the country.
680 News Time, 10:04 from downtown Toronto. We're seeing a man has been shot and killed. Toronto Police tell 680 News the call came in shortly after 7:30 this evening.
State of emergency on Tuesday, Saturday, first shooting. Here we go.
Young and Gold Street.
Officers arrived on scene and located a victim that had been shot, unknown area of body, and that victim was transported by ambulance to hospital.
You don't know where he's
The man
bleeding from?
passed
How
away
many
in
times
hospital,
did
and
you
the
get hit?
homicide unit is currently investigating. The province's Special Investigations Unit is investigating as well after a death in Etobicoke. Toronto police were called to the scene of Burlington and Victoria Streets just after 12:30 on Friday. There, they arrested a 33-year-old man who passed away shortly after. They're asking anyone with information or video footage of the incident to contact the SIU. This is Always Radio 680 News. The federal government's come out with a warning for Canadians who are choosing not to self-quarantine.
Canada's health minister says if people don't take self-isolation and social distancing rules seriously, everyone's civil liberties will be in jeopardy. Health Minister Patty Hajdu says if people choose to ignore the pleas from medical authorities, politicians and governments will be pushed to a place where they need to take more stringent measures to actually contain people in their homes.
That's consequences.
So I would encourage Canadians to think about that
Don't give
and
them
to
an
think about their
excuse.
obligation to act
Military
collectively
police.
right now.
Keep
now
the fucking peace. Keep the dope moving.
Dr. Tam has been saying,
don't fuck with the money flow in this neighborhood.
the time is now for us to take action together.
If I wake up in the afternoon and see fucking
the orders issued by health authorities.
RCMPs out there, things, I'm gonna be upset as fuck with your dumbass
The coronavirus
crackheads.
with Italy and Spain still being the hardest hit countries. In Italy, the death toll now quickly approaching 5,000
You
people.
think this is the first
ABC's Megan
emergency
Williams has
management
more from Rome.
situation we've been a
Another
part of?
shocking rise in coronavirus deaths in Italy,
Disaster
with almost
response
800 in the
team,
last
eh?
day alone, a 20% jump. More than 4,800
You think it's all
Italians have
about
died
who's
so
the
far,
quickest
the
to pull out
most
a gun
of
and
any
shoot it?
country in the
Sometimes
world.
there's a lot
With
of thinking
calls
goes
for
into this
governors
shit,
and
eh?
mayors in the hard-hit north of Italy to do more to halt the contagion. The national government has clamped down further on people movement, closing parks, limiting exercise. Megan Williams, ABC News, Rome.
Much is unclear as Canadians navigate this global pandemic, but thousands of Ontario parents can now rest assured that when elementary schools reopen, teachers will be in the classroom. 680 Dr. Rob has more on the province's tentative deal with the ETFO.
This comes after several months of unrest, which led to countless work disruptions and swinging from both sides. Education Minister Stephen Lecce has said throughout the process that compensation was the most pressing issue at the bargaining table, with the union looking for a 2% annual hike. Ultimately, the
1.65 kilos.
These are the principles we fought in
Max. It's actually a lot less.
deal reflects the priorities of all.
There's 110 in here.
In return, Lecce says
10% more than 100, eh?
maintaining class sizes,
Let's get 200 in here, I think.
investing in special education, and an increase in compensation he describes as fair. In a statement,
Don't interfere with the trade. Trade is peace. Keep the shit flipping. Don't interfere with the economic activity in the hood.
Educators need now and in the future. EDFO is the second of the major unions to reach a deal with the province. Catholic teachers did so back on March the 12th. I'm Asher Ross.
680 News Time, 10:08. Despite the provincial government's mandate for social distancing, drive testing centres across the province remain open. Staff now fearing for their health and safety. City News' Eric Natividad has more on the story.
If you can just administratively
every day, multiple
not
times a day,
bust people for having an expired license, do that. There's no reason to have these motherfuckers getting in and out of everybody's car like that. You're not getting in their car where they're in control of the ventilation. The examiner's getting into a bunch of private individuals' cars, and they don't know who else was in that car.
Is that a large portion of the applicants at the centres come from out of the province or out of country? And he's not the only one who's worried. On Thursday,
Out of
we
the
spoke
city,
to this
anyway.
driver examiner who said they don't feel safe being in multiple vehicles a day for 20 to 30 minutes at a time.
What did I just
A few
fucking
days ago,
say?
I was in a car with someone who was coughing so badly we had to pull the test over to the side of the road to give them a drink of water.
When asked why Ontario has
You should all just call in sick. They say, you don't have any sick days. Say, hey, check your
we have
voicemail.
asked them to close, and it is our expectation that they close.
People don't know how to play hard, eh? You don't know how to be gangster. You think being gangster is fucking grabbing the wheel while I'm driving and yelling at me.
680 News, a check on gas prices.
You're lucky I didn't shoot you that day, you fat fuck. I did get your entire drive status shut down, though, apparently.
I'm Jordan Day, a partner at BDO Debt Solutions.
No, I didn't call up and make complaints. I told people what he did. I get the word through the street. It actually works.
Unexpected events that can
What do you do? You call the guy that offended you and tell him he offended you?
A lot of the people who
How
come
does that
to
go
us
for
for
you?
help have gone through tough times and have had to rely on credit to survive. If you're struggling, a licensed insolvency trustee can help. Visit debtsolutions.bdo.ca
Take down those phone
or
numbers
call
now for 6 months from now.
1-855-BDO-DEBT to book a free consultation.
I'm a trendsetter.
Now, 680 News.
I thought bankruptcies were on the decline when I
dropped 4 cents at
filed.
midnight to
And,
73.9 cents a liter at most.
They went up to the roof in a couple years since then.
Together
What?
next. 680 News Time, 10:10. You felt excited before.
10,
But not like
10,
this.
11.
You even felt in love before.
But not like this.
Now you want to buy a diamond.
but not like this.
That doesn't make sense.
Sorry, I was on a roll. Continue.
At Spence Diamonds, we put you in control.
But not like this.
Not yet. At Spence, all our display cases are open.
But
so you can reach in and try on any one of our 2,500 designer prototypes.
But not like this?
Oh,
God, I'm excited.
And at Spence, any ring can be made to fit your budget. Don't say it.
I wasn't going to say it.
You may have bought a diamond before. And I said, you may have bought a diamond before. You may have bought a diamond before.
Oh, yeah. But not like this.
Nailed it.
I know, right?
Inspired by love, imagined by you, created by Spence. In Scarborough, Vaughan, and Mississauga. 680 News Time, 10:11. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Craig Gear.
This report is brought to you by Home Equity Bank, and it's a nice drive wherever you are. Not really seeing any slowdowns, maybe through the eastbound 401 construction through Whites Road and the Express, just a touch slower than the collectors moving through here as they're working the two right lanes. This construction is also blocking the Express to Collector transfer just east of Whites Road on the eastbound 401 as well. And we have an MTO vehicle on the westbound 401 at the scene of our earlier crash. It was approaching the 410 and the collectors. The right lane still blocked off here as they do some patchwork. Southbound 427 collector ramp to Holiday Drive, that's been closed for some emergency construction that they need to complete. Power outage still ongoing. Blower down to the left from Kipling east over to Parkside. Toronto Hydro working fast.
Do not lubricate doors with whitelist lithium grease.
Shut down since around 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Looks like
So just make
everything
sure you're treating all traffic lights that are malfunctioning as always stops. Ensure your
Nobody
financial
touches my
freedom
phone,
and consider
but
a chip reverse
I'll
mortgage
set it
from
down
Home
on things.
Equity Bank.
I don't
Get
grab
up to
things with these
55%
fingers and then
of your
grab
home's
stuff and then touch
value
my
in
lips and all
tax-free
that
cash.
shit.
Go to chipradio.ca. Your next report is at 10:21, and with the forecast, here's Denise Andriacci.
Clear and cold overnight tonight. Lows near -7, feeling into the minus teens. Sunny and near 0 for Sunday. Sunday
Maybe
night.
just, I can't tell if it's aluminum or plastic or aluminite. It could be aluminized, but
That doesn't look
baby.
stormy by any means, but in through the day on Monday morning and afternoon, we are looking at some active weather. Highs only near 3 degrees. Your overnight low tonight is -7.
Oh, you're running
Right
away.
now, downtown Toronto, a few clouds.
Why are you running
-1
away,
degree, but
baby?
feeling like -6 with the wind. And if there's an airport, -3 degrees, but feeling warm like -8.
Every once in a while, the spiders drop down in front of
Their
the
stores
screen.
between 7 and 8 a.m. for seniors, for people with vulnerable health conditions, and people with disabilities. This is all in the COVID-19 pandemic.
The Freshco's doing the same
Stores
thing.
will also
7
be
a.m. they
reducing
open.
their hours only open between the
It says
hours of
seniors
8
7 a.m. to
and
8 p.m.
to the public as employees work to sanitize the store and restock store shelves. Also,
Just do me a
Walmart
big, huge
looking to
favor.
hire
Don't go in there till like
10,000
10 or 11 in the morning.
employees
Eh?
to help service
Don't
stores
fucking
across the
do it.
country as well as distribution centers. Walmart has also noticed a high demand in their pickup and delivery options and are definitely advertising those options more at stores. They say they're also allowing
Have you noticed all the gangbangers walking around the streets?
Between customers.
Have you noticed the
and delivery
police not even looking at us
Something else you
twice?
might
They
notice at
already
stores,
know the
especially
pyramid
Loblaws and
level of
Sobeys
hierarchy
locations,
and
they're
control.
installing plexiglass at
You know what's at the
registers
top?
as they look to stop the
You know what's at the top of the food chain? Same things at the bottom. The decomposers, worms and bugs, buddy.
News Time 10:14 still to come. The first
You ain't
case
in charge of
COVID-19
shit.
now being reported on the Gaza Strip.
If this person gives me the dog, I'm going to name it COVID. I'm not even joking.
Which is why we're a member of the Canadian Broadcast
I'm not
Standards
joking.
Council. As a
He's
member,
sick. When it's
we're
sick, I'm
committed
Nick.
to upholding the highest standards of broadcasting and adhering to specific codes of conduct. If you have a
Why
comment
you call
on
him
what
COVID?
you've
Oh,
heard,
he
contact
killed like
us
1,000
or visit
Italians
the
one time, and I had to hush
CBSC's
it up.
website, cbsc.ca. We'll respond to your concerns and send you information on the council.
I love Chinese food. I love Italian food. And then here you just
others.
To be a part of something bigger.
To show my
destroy.
I joined to make my community stronger.
To make a difference in someone's life.
It's going to be sports
To
and
acknowledge
bullshit.
that
I wonder
our
if I can be back in
freedoms
2 minutes.
come at a
of this.
cost.
I joined to honor my mom,
My grandpa.
my neighbor,
Everyone who served.
who are serving still. Honoring veterans is our
If that catches fire,
Join
just
today
watch.
at Legion
Just watch it.
CA/join.
I'm not asking you to do nothing. Don't call 911. Just watch. It's entertainment.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
Overcast and -1 degree in downtown Toronto. Good evening. From 680 News Broadcast Center, I'm Eden Debaba, and here are the top stories this hour. Premier Doug Ford is asking manufacturers to shift their production over to key medical supplies as stock begins to run low across the province.
Retailers and service industry.
$750
Manufacturing.
social distancing guidelines. And a man has died in
We used to
hospital after
build
shooting
shit in
a
this
young
country.
gunman this evening. Toronto
We
police
used to
are now
have to
searching
use
for one
pencils
male
and rulers and shit all the
suspect.
fucking time.
Now 680 Sports News. Sports
Last time you used one of these?
Colin Teskey.
You probably bought a packet of them like 3 years ago and there's one out of it.
Positive for COVID-19,
It's this long, right?
and this brings their total to 2. The team traveled to California on their most recent road trip where they played Anaheim, San Jose, and Los Angeles. The International Ice Hockey Federation has announced they will be canceling the 2020 World Championship due to the COVID-19 outbreak. This year's tournament, which routinely features NHL players, was scheduled to take place in Switzerland from May 8th to the 24th, and the Women's World Hockey Championship was also canceled earlier this month. Former Eagles wide receiver Nelson Aguilar is signing a 1-year deal with the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Colts have announced they officially signed quarterback Phillip Rivers to a 1-year contract. And the U.S. Track Federation added its name to a growing list of organizations asking for the postponement of the Tokyo Games because of the coronavirus. In a letter to the CEO of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee, USA Track and Field CEO Max Siegel urging the Federation to advocate for the postponement of the games, which are set to start.
I've seen a lot of bullshit things go down. I don't think this is one of them.
15 and 45 pass every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca.
Mother Nature decided that I'm superfluous and gave me a virus.
Finding Greek
not
candidates to
COVID,
hire can be like,
B19.
well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your
This
job
is
to
all the
some
same
job board,
hallmarks.
but then
I
all you
think
can
this
do is
came
hope
from.
the right
I'm not
person
saying
comes
nature
along,
decided
which is
to
why
make the
you should try
virus.
ZipRecruiter for free.
Whatever got the bats sick, you should not have been eating the bats.
ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on
Or you should have cooked the damn thing.
It
What the
finds
fuck is
them
wrong with
for
you?
Its powerful technology identifies people with the right
A month ago,
experience
whatever
and
they said, they
actively
traced this
invites
shit,
them
that
to
they
apply to
analyzed
your
it, and
job.
it
So
had to
while
come
other
from
companies
one
might deliver a
person
lot of
eating
hay,
one bat.
ZipRecruiter
I
finds
want to
you
know who
what
the
you're
fuck
looking
that
for.
is so I can punch him in the head.
People in the haystack.
80% of employers who post a
Not
job
because of
on
what happened
ZipRecruiter
since,
get
on the
quality
principle. You
candidates
don't
to
eat
the
fucking
site
dirty
within the
animals.
first day. It's the smartest
At
way
least
to
cook 'em.
hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free.
The sixth
That's right,
thing you can
free.
do on the
Just
1
go
through
to
5
this
steps of what you can do,
exclusive
the
web
6th step. You think I'm joking? Look around, there's posters up. There's 6 steps, not 5. The 6th step is cook food thoroughly.
ZipRecruiter.ca/Canada.
You're listening to
If you heat it up enough, the virus
News.
destroyed.
Better news out of China today as the National Health Commission says there are no new or suspected cases of the coronavirus for a 3rd consecutive day in the city of Wuhan, where the first reported case emerged. Officials in Wuhan are permitting supermarkets, convenience stores, and some other retail businesses to reopen if they are in areas with no confirmed or suspected
Can you
cases.
stop them from selling animals, like live animals next to dead animals?
The
Like,
corporation is shipping gears to produce protective masks.
By way of example, Hanes, everybody knows Hanes, great company, great.
you can't say
consumer
shorts or
cotton
underwear. You can't say it.
products company is retrofitting its manufacturing capabilities in large sections of their plants to produce masks.
Trump says several companies have volunteered to help produce much-needed medical supplies. And over in BC, the provincial health officer says the province is exploring options for delivering public health messages about the importance of social distancing.
There are still some problems and there's still some concerns. And
You should hire people to stand out on the street and get in people's faces.
Groups of young people, young people feel that they're.
You want to break that up?
And if we look at our
You dumb cocksuckers, you got VPD all over. Tell them to walk up and harass people that are sitting around smoking weed.
To your home,
Get right in their face. Uniforms.
The elders and seniors in
Them
your family.
pussies in BC don't fucking fight
BC
back
has ordered
against
all
cops.
personal
They
services
go,
establishments to close
and
and
they'll
produce
go
salons,
home or go
spas,
somewhere
and tattoo
else.
parlors in the latest measures aimed at curbing the spread of COVID-19.
If you're gonna have a municipal police force, use it.
Tourism in Florida. Clearwater
You're not
Police Chief
gangster with
Florida
it.
says at this point
You're not
everyone has
gangster.
been obeying the beach order to stay off.
Clearwater is committed to seeing this through, but we want to say, thank you to the community just for complying with the rules. We haven't had any significant issues. There are plenty of places to get out and recreate still.
Disney World and Universal Studios
Now,
theme
if you don't
parks
do
have
it
been shuttered
voluntarily,
since Monday,
that's when
and
the
officials
army
have
comes
closed
in.
most of the state's popular
They're not going to
beaches as
monitor
well.
and say, oh, you have
Coming
permission
up,
to,
our
you
Trans
don't, you have
Reported
permission.
extended weather
They're going to lock
forecast
everybody
together on
down
the
and shoot
ones.
anybody they see on the
680
street.
News Time 1020.
All banks are the same.
Then stop
And then you got the
banking.
privateers,
And do what with my
and they're going
money?
to tell us, hey,
Duca
do whatever
instead.
you got to do to keep this
Duca
happening
Credit
this way and
Union.
that happening
It's
that
better
way,
than
and you're not going to get in no
That's what
trouble
they all
later.
say.
But does your bank
Okay,
give you
the
no fee
peachy.
checking accounts?
I like no fees.
Plus high interest rates on savings and investments?
I like high interest.
And low mortgage rates.
I love low rates.
That's the Duca difference.
Discover the Duca difference for yourself at Duca.com. And now earn 3% on your savings until June 30th, 2020. Conditions apply.
The world's biggest tennis stars battle it out this summer at the Aviva Center in Toronto. Reigning champion Rafa Nadal, homegrown Canadian talent Denis Shapovalov and Felix Auger-Aliassime, and four-time winner Novak Djokovic. With so much to love, don't miss the Rogers Cup, presented by National Bank. Single session tickets on sale now. Book now at RogersCup.com.
680 News Time 1021. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Craig Gear.
This report brought to you by 407 ETR. Bit of construction out there east on the 401 at Whites Road and the Express. They've got the two right lanes blocked off, and just east of Whites Road, the Express to Collector transfer has been blocked off as part of this same construction zone. Westbound on the 401 approaching the 410 and the Collectors, we still have MTO crews off to the right lane there, blocking the right lane after an earlier crash. It's being tidied up through here. South 427 Collector ramp to Holiday Drive, that's also shut down. And a power outage still ongoing, Bloor down to the Lakeshore, Kipling east over to Parkside. So any flashing, malfunctioning traffic lights, you should be treating them as a four-way stop. 407 ETR would like to thank all the healthcare workers and essential services who are working tirelessly for our communities through difficult times. 407ETR.com. Stay safe. Your next report is at 10:31, and with the forecast, here's Denise Andriacci.
Sunny and below seasonal again for Sunday. Highs near +1. We may see some snow or mixed precipitation Sunday night and through the day Monday. Snow, mixed precipitation, and maybe even some rain showers. Temperatures between about 1 and 4 degrees across the GTA. So depending on where you fall there, is the type of precipitation you'll see. So areas along the lakeshore, a little milder. Areas north of the city, a little cooler. We're back to nice conditions for Tuesday. Sun and clouded near +9. Your overnight low tonight, -7.
Right now in downtown Toronto, a few clouds, -1 degree, but feeling more like -7 with the wind. And over at Pearson Airport, similar conditions, -3, but feeling more like -8. Remember, 680 is the only radio station with a weather guarantee. Today's jackpot stands at $19,000. Coming up at 10:30, we'll have the latest on COVID-19, including details on Ontario's third death from the virus and the Ford government's pleas to local manufacturers. 680 News Time, 10:23.
We'll get you home with the best local traffic reports on the ones on 680 News.
Hi, I'm Brian Baumler from HGTV. If you're an energy-conscious consumer like me and looking to replace your windows, Draft Lock by Canadian Choice Windows and Doors exceeds the strict criteria required to meet the industry's highest energy efficiency standards. Just another reason why Canadian Choice is Ontario's #1 choice for windows and doors.
Canadian Choice Windows and Doors, helping you brighten your home.
For a limited time, get a triple glass upgrade on Draft Lock Plus. Visit windowscanada.com.
News
Is always changing.
now more than ever.
Listen 3, 4, 5 times a day.
This is 680 News.
Ask for us on your smart speaker.
It's tough enough to keep your kids occupied when school is out, but throw in a pandemic and it gets a lot harder. Jennifer Deeth of Waldorf Academy in Toronto tells 680 now more than ever it's important for parents to remain calm.
So not only do our words matter, but the energy we emit, our body language and gestures. So parents really need to put boundaries on their adult conversations. Don't let children hear you on the phone, fearing for your job, or angry at the mom for clearing out the toilet paper. You know, parents need to commit to checking on news updates at key times during the day, and maybe even take up a mindfulness practice as a family.
She says it's important to set some screen time rules and come up with alternatives such as going for a walk, art projects, baking, board games, or yard work. But of course, don't overplan. Deeth also says being bored empowers children to be resourceful and creative. In the nation's capital, a local community center in Ottawa has been converted into a temporary isolation center for the city's homeless. The city is moving quickly to try to prevent the potentially devastating impact of a COVID-19 outbreak in the shelter system. CEO of Ottawa Inner City Health, Wendy Muckle, describes how the facility will help the city's most vulnerable.
Inside, we have 2 rooms, one for men and one for women, where they can sleep. Obviously, there's washrooms and showers. And then there's a common area. We're using the kitchen for a common area where people will be able to eat.
There have been no confirmed cases of COVID-19 within Ottawa's homeless population yet, but Muckle says the shelter system creates conditions that are likely to result in higher rates of transmission. I'm Glennis Lane. Coming up in just 60 seconds, our weekend business report. 680 News Time, 10:25.
At Lowe's, we have everything you need for your renos for less.
My dream home has a Tuscan front door, cream bamboo floors the second you step inside, and a dog who meticulously wipes down his paws after all his walks and romps.
Well, just about everything. Until Wednesday at Lowe's, enjoy spring savings and get a $50 gift card when you spend $500 or more on patio furniture, gazebos, and sheds. Conditions apply. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Your roof's sprung a leak. Water came through, shorted out the furnace, the radiator too.
Hey, stuff happens. And when you need money now, and I mean right now, there's PrudentFinancial.net.
If you need money in a hurry, PrudentFinancial.net. Get money quick, just one click. PrudentFinancial.net.
Our rates are way cheaper than a payday loan, and they help to improve your credit score. When you own your car or home, get a loan up to $50,000 fast.
PrudentFinancial.net. 680 News Time, 10:26. Now time for the 680 Weekend Business Report.
I'm Mike Apple. So what do you do if you're a company that has relied on in-home sales presentations in a time of social distancing? Well, you bring the client to the showroom, but in a virtual setting. Alan Grant is the VP of Sales with Dodds Garage Doors.
Welcome to my showroom. Let me show you what I got.
We call in and we set up an appointment. And we bring them into our showroom virtually. And we show them products. We show them the doors.
What did I see?
We show them the quality. We show them the colors. We answer questions, and it's a really good interaction.
I saw a bed bug walking up the hallway. Not on this floor, different floor. Stomped on it 15 fucking times and won't flatten out and die. Evil bugs, man. I feel for you people that they can feed on. They can't feed off me. I'm like poison to them.
And they can do it right over.
They bite you once, you swat it off. It comes back because it's got a taste for it, right?
Changing market circumstance.
Because we've had people who we took sales calls probably from.
They never asked me this question in high school. How long would it take you to get drugs? They never asked me that in high school, but.
And they said, "Oh, you can do that." And we said, "Of course we can."
That's what I was trying to.
We're getting the bugs out, but you know what? We're selling doors. We're definitely selling doors. And
are you getting your foot in the door? Are you opening doors? You got your nameplate on the door? Oh, wow, it's so funny. I need to smoke a joint so I stop feeling stupid. That's the only problem with smoking roaches and all them resins and things is that you feel better, but you feel stupid. There's extra stuff in the whole plant that makes you straighten out.
Have to go out and do a site check and get the proper measurements and everything, but they don't have to be there. But this is the way of the future, and if we can get the jump on the competition, if we can get out there and be able to offer this to our customers, I think it's going to be a major plus.
That's Alan Grant, VP of Sales with Dodds Garage Doors. And at the Business Center, I'm Mike Apple.
The Jaguar Impeccable Timing Sales event is on now, which means it's the perfect time to enjoy exceptional offers on most Jaguar vehicles, including the award-winning F-Pace Performance SUV, the agile E-Pace Compact SUV, and the powerful F-Type sports car. On any Jaguar vehicle of your choice, receive your first 3 lease payments on us, or take advantage of savings up to $9,000 on select models. Visit your Greater Toronto Area Jaguar authorized retailer for details. Timing is everything. Offers end March 31st.
Hi, I'm Camille, and I have a physical disability. Eastern Skills Ontario helped me get accessibility equipment like a stair lift, so I can get to my bedroom on my own. I also have a power wheelchair so I can get around. Without it, I'd be stuck at home. When I grow up, I want to go to university and be a psychiatrist. With your help, Eastern Skills kids can become
Honey, I think you need a child psychologist and your parents need a psychiatrist.
And Mississauga clears 0.
Well, what proves
Brampton
that ad,
overcast at
bro?
-1.
Isn't
Right
it
now, downtown
creepy?
Toronto,
I want to go up and
clouds
be
at -2
a
degrees.
psychiatrist, a
6 degrees,
veterinarian makes
10:30.
sense. I want to be a doctor for animals. Kids don't know what doctors do. I want to be a doctor and help people get better. Okay, they can cough, giving them some medicine, they're better, right? They don't know nothing about surgery and death. A psychiatrist? Who the fuck told a little kid what a psychiatrist does?
As the third death from COVID-19 is confirmed in Ontario, Premier Doug Ford is calling on businesses to help produce key medical items for frontline healthcare workers.
Visitors have been barred from
The assembly line are on, brethren. You think them niggas in Colony 100 is taking the day off because of COVID? No, dog, they've been dead for years. And they put out the best steelwork you could imagine, bro. I don't know how that is. I think they're trying to clean their soul. They're just trying to do the work properly for their people. Colony 100, don't know what I'm talking about?
A
Keep it
second
100,
Ottawa
dog.
Senators player has tested positive for COVID-19. NHL Rewind has got Calgary taking
The
on
assembly
Toronto.
line. Keep the assembly line. I'm old,
And coming
brother.
up in business, it's central banks to the rescue for beaten down markets. But how are they doing it? They're creating money out of thin air. We're talking to one trader who points
Me
out
too,
that in many
brethren.
ways these days is just conceptual.
That's not 10, 15 fucking dollars. It's a bunch of empty cans. That tobacco isn't 10 or 15 dollars. It's a bunch of cigarettes. That's not an $8 chicken. It's my chicken. Get the fuck away from my chicken,
approaching
dog.
the 410 in the collectors that was blocking the right lane has left the scene. We still have construction ongoing on the eastbound 401 at White's Road in the Express. 2 right lanes are closed and it stretches east of that, and it's blocking the Express to collector transfer as well. Southbound 427, it looks like emergency road work on they closed the collector ramp to Holiday
Oh,
Drive.
it feels
That's,
okay right
been
now,
wrapped up,
doesn't it?
so you can
Maybe
now
we'll
use
get through
ramp
this.
if you
People are
need
pulling
to.
together.
And
This is
Toronto
one
Hydro are
province
saying they're slowly
in one
restoring power
country.
here. We had a power outage that lasted since 1 o'clock.
This is
in
the
afternoon.
richest province
Lower down
in
Lakeshore,
what I
Kipling
think
East
is the
over to
richest
Parkside.
country in the world.
It's
You say
slowly
what you
coming
want
back
about the
online
U.S.
in
They ain't got no
sections, so we
trees.
still may have some traffic lights out
Ain't
in
got
the
much
area.
oil left. They
With
ain't
a
got no
4-year
gold,
base
and
board
silver, and
baseball
diamonds and
warranty and
things.
financing options available. There's no excuse to not
Russia's
finish your
bigger,
basement
but Russia
this
and
year.
Canada both
For
got the
free
same
quote,
shit up
visit
here, right?
agmbasements.com. Your next report is at 10:41, and with the forecast, here's Denise Andriacci.
Clear and
A
cold
lot
for
of
the
people gonna
overnight
die a
tonight.
horrible
Sunny
death
and near
there.
0 for Sunday through the evening and
And the
overnight. We'll
reasoning
start
is
to
what
see some
fucking
unsettled
sucks.
conditions,
But
possibly a
some
bit of snow and
jackass
some
somewhere else
mixed
doesn't want to fucking
precipitation.
cough into a
Sunday
sleeve and
temperatures
just stay
will
home
steady
for a
near
few
the
days.
freezing mark through the overnight. Your overnight low tonight.
Oh, I gotta
is
get the
-7.
overtime and get the Lexus. Get the Lexus.
Right now in downtown
Fuck
Toronto,
Lexus.
-2 degrees, but feeling more like
You
-7.
keep your shit simple, that shit wouldn't happen.
Similar conditions. 6:52
You hear the type of shit they're talking about? If you can't pay your, if you have to pick between food and your rent, pick the food. You didn't say nothing about a Mercedes and a cable bill and all this other stupid shit. Keep it simple.
The province. This is the number of COVID-19 cases and fatalities continues to rise in Ontario. 680's Michelle Mackey has the latest from the Premier and federal officials. Premier Doug Ford is calling for help from Ontario businesses as frontline healthcare workers run low on key items from hand sanitizer to lab testing equipment.
If you can retool your business to make these products,
You can retool any
if you
business,
can supply
brethren.
these essential items, we need to hear from you right now.
If businesses are able to help or need funding to do so,
I can sell you vitamins off this scale.
Ontario Together, where you can find out more information. The request comes as
Think I'm
provincial
joking?
health officials confirm Ontario's third death.
I can put 2
A very
buttons
man
on
in
this
his
scale, it'll
70s
hold
who
it.
died after he had close
So we know what it
contact
costs to
with a
ship.
COVID-19 patient.
Keep Canada
passed
Post
away on
working
March
too, eh?
11th. And of the dozens of new cases announced, one patient is a woman in her 70s residing in a Markham senior home. Toronto's top doctor, Eileen
Hello?
Davila, says there
Hello?
are now nearly 200
Hello?
confirmed
It's not
cases of
working, eh?
COVID-19 in Toronto.
My message to returning travelers is to stay home for 14 days.
She says these
Or the
are critical
gangbanger's gonna
measures
beat you
as the
up.
city braces for an influx of returning March break travelers. I'm
What
Michelle
they said to me at the
Mackey.
dawn? Everybody that
This
comes
is
in off the
680
street
News
takes a
at
shower
10:34.
first.
Looking
Okay,
at the
so there's a
latest numbers
privilege
of
thing.
COVID-19 throughout
You get a
the
turn to
nation.
take a
From
shower.
the News for Ontario, as
Whatever.
of 5:30 today,
But whoever
no
comes in
new
off the
cases have
street
been
goes
reported.
first,
That makes
not last,
377
first.
total
Because they
throughout
don't
the
want to
province,
mix the
including
dirt
three
from the
deaths.
street
193
with what they
of those
already got in the
cases are
jail.
here in Toronto.
Cleanest
The BC
place I
had a total of
stayed in
424
compared to
positive
any homeless
cases with 10
shelter.
deaths, most of which are connected with the
And
North
all
Bay
the
Cougar
furniture
Care
is
Facility.
stainless
In
steel.
Alberta,
So
there
you
are
can wipe it clean.
226 confirmed cases with
It's not
3
perfect, but if
recoveries.
you wipe it,
The
you can
Northwest
wipe keep it clean, and if it dries up, most bacteria will die.
More than 13,000
Most
cases throughout the nation in total.
virus will die. How'd they say it spreads? Droplets.
10:34. In
It's not
downtown
airborne, it's
Toronto, one
droplets.
man has died in
I don't
a
believe that,
shooting.
but that's what
Toronto
they're
police
saying.
tell 680 News the man was shot at the intersection of Yonge and Gould Street. Police constable Ed Park.
Yonge and Gould, the intersection of Yonge and Gould.
Oh, I thought it was the cops.
Closed off for investigation.
What a horrible place to die.
The
if
victim was
cops kill
transported to a nearby trauma center where he passed away.
Young and
An Ontario
Gould,
Special
eh?
Investigations Unit is looking into the death of an Etobicoke man. Around 12:30 this afternoon, Toronto police responded to a residence near Burlington Street in Victoria to assess in emergency services. Upon arriving, they arrested a 33-year-old man. He is pronounced dead in hospital shortly after being taken in. The SIU is asking anyone with information or video of the incident to contact them. 680 News.
Put it on YouTube and email them the YouTube link. Do not give them your phone or whatever. Put it on YouTube and send them the link. That's the safest way. And then you have an idea of how many times they actually looked at
Visitor
it.
policy is now in place at the 5 hospitals run by the University Health Network. The move went into effect at midnight. In a statement, Jillian Howard, UHN's Vice President of Communications, says reducing the number of people in hospitals.
Remember when I told you niggas not to do nothing to that Aryan Brotherhood security guard at Toronto General? Remember when I said don't do fucking nothing to him yet?
Howard says
This is why.
exceptions will be made for compassionate grounds, and those
I know
will be
everything's
dealt with
gonna
case
happen,
by
dog.
case. The
I know
UHN
everything's
runs
gonna happen,
Princess
dog.
Margaret, Toronto General,
I know
Toronto Western,
everything's
Toronto
gonna happen,
Rehab,
dog.
and the Michener Institute. I'm Asher Roth.
680 News
touch
Time,
this,
10:36. The city's medical officer of health says there are now 193 cases of COVID-19 in Toronto. Dr. Eileen Davila says there is community transmission in the city, and she has this to say for the influx of travelers who are now returning from March break.
Stay home for 14 days, even if you don't have symptoms of illness. This is critical. It's critical to protect yourself, your family, and your community.
Hey, all you civilians out there,
If you need to
it is
restock your
perfectly
fridge or your
acceptable to
cupboards,
punch a junkie in the face
I would
for
ask
fucking
that you
getting in
order
your
your
face. Just
groceries
do it.
online,
I'm just telling you this because you probably don't think of it that way.
or ask a
But these
friend or
cunts,
family
they're not
member.
listening. The fucking custies are not listening. They're getting up in
Of the
people's faces and shit.
193 cases in Toronto, Dr. Davila says
Breathing on them when they speak and shit.
680 News
Resin.
Time at
The civilian probably never thought about it. Probably never thought about beating up a junkie. But if you don't sell drugs, go for it. What are they gonna do? Call the cops on you? We have to think about these things. You don't.
Health authorities, the government will have to
It's
employ
perfectly
more drastic
acceptable.
measures.
So actually, our freedoms around the measures that we're taking right now depend on people taking them seriously, because politicians and governments will be pushed to a place to take more and more stringent measures when people violate them and don't take them seriously.
Oh, yeah.
On Friday, the
You're giving them the golden pass.
$750 or more for gathering in groups.
Oh, these dirty niggers are just animals. They do crime and they do this and they do that and they do this. So if I act like that, I am asking them to look at me like that. You understand? If you give them the excuse, they will take it. Don't give them the excuse.
And she's now urging those residents to self-isolate in their homes for the next
And
14
business
days.
owners, don't be afraid to approach your local drug dealers and gangbangers and ask for some help. They don't want the junkies bothering you either. That fucks business up.
Workers at Loblaws and metro locations are
You think we
getting
do this
up
shit because we want to? We're hungry, got bills to pay too. Hey, don't fuck our money up.
Increase an hour for both full and part-time workers yesterday. Doug Ford thanked grocery stores and other workers who are keeping people fed.
I want to take a moment to recognize and thank the incredible employees throughout the supply chains that we're counting on right now. From the farmer producing food to the trucker delivering supplies to your local store, to people stocking the shelves, and especially those working at the cash registers. These people are working hard and doing their part.
Because they're the ones facing the scariest situation right now.
Every chance you get. If you're in a retail store, walk by and thank them.
Other retailers like Sobeys are taking
Buy something!
Installing plexiglass shields at cash registers and limiting the number
And don't give them a $20 bill to buy a $1 item. Please.
Hi, I'm Cherry Tab.
If anything, use your bank card so no money has to change hands because there's less staff around. These people have less. The banks are closed half the time anyway. You want them running around with piles of money. Keep it simple. Keep the money flipping, nigga.
Online and by phone to schedule
Rolling
future
200s,
appointments and
nigga.
help you stay up to date and safe. Your health is what matters most to us. Google high definition vision and sign up for my blog so we can stay connected.
No.
Look after yourself.
You work for a competing company than the one that did my work. I'm not. No.
Update. Emperor predicts the price of gas going to drop 4 cents
Somebody's-
at midnight to 73.9 cents a liter at most GTA stations. Up next, traffic and weather together. 680 News Time.
Some of these eye clinics do 3 procedures a month. The surgeon that did mine has done 50,000. The other 2 guys he works with have also each done 150,000.
If you have a comment on what you've heard,
And in the paperwork, it actually says, we are required to tell you this. This has never happened here. But theoretically, after eye surgery, it's possible to get an infection and possible to go blind. But it's never happened at this clinic.
Community stronger.
To make a difference.
Isn't that the biggest psychological fear about laser surgery? You might go blind.
Come at a cost.
I joined to honor my mom,
My grandpa.
my neighbor,
Everyone who served.
who are serving.
Once I get the drugs brewing, I'll roll a
Honoring
joint.
veterans is our duty. Join today at legion.ca/join.
680 News Time, 10:41. Traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Craig Gear.
This report is brought to you by Infinity Canada. So just a bit of construction out there, nothing too crazy. We have some lanes blocked out on the eastbound 401 at Whites Road and the Express, 2 right lanes blocked off. Stretches for a little while. East of Whites Road, the Express to Collection Transfer has been blocked off. Long-term maintenance on the Gardner, both directions. York to DVP, you're down to 2 lanes. Just taking a peek at the Cherry camera. Everything's moving nicely. Everything's moving nicely everywhere. The roads are very lightly traveled. During the Infinity 5-year match event, choose the versatile mid-sized QX50 crossover with an exceptional 36-month lease offer and customize your offer. Visit Infinity Retailer. Your next report is at 10:51, and with the forecast, here's Denise Andriacci.
Clear and cold through the overnight tonight. More sunshine on Sunday. Highs below seasonal, only near +1. Sunday night, we'll see some mixed precipitation, probably more of a snowfall to the north and along the lakeshore, more of some mixing. And then on Monday as well, we're looking at some mixed precipitation and then possibly a change over to rain along lakeshore and then north of the city, just seeing some snow. Not a lot, not a stormy day, but unsettled. Highs near 3 degrees for Monday. Your overnight low tonight, -7. Downtown Toronto right now, we are sitting at -1 degree. It feels like -7 with the wind. We're under clear skies. Similar conditions over at Toronto Pearson. Still to come on 680 News with what seems like the
50 for
ongoing
5 is too
process of the
many.
world.
80 for 10 is almost perfect.
Japan
Brings me back to the days when everything was $10, $10. If it came to you with $9, you just gave it to them. It's the difference of $1.
680news.com.
While you are hopefully staying safe and healthy, many of you are probably at home. Maybe use the time to spring clean, like that old car taking up space in your garage. When you donate your car to Cars,
Everybody's house is going to be spotless in 3 months.
you can donate.
Everybody's DVD collection is going to be perfectly organized. Everybody's bookshelf is going to be organized. Everybody's computer is going to be virus-free.
carsforkids.ca or call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS now to donate. Remember, that's cars.
Well, you're going to have like your crackhead friends are going to be like bonsai or something.
Reports in the city every 10 minutes on 680 News.
Hi, I'm Tom Rokicki of Inline Fiberglass Windows. You're probably already aware of the benefits in selecting our fiberglass windows: beauty, performance, and durability. But did you know that our fiberglass windows were carefully selected by building professionals for the Greenpeace National Headquarters, Canada's Greenest Home, and CMHC's Healthy House? It's no coincidence.
Oh, wow. 15, 20 seconds. It's unstable. I go away for 2 minutes. I get no notices. I go away for 10 seconds. Symptomatic of an issue, more issues than Time Magazine. I got time to burn, enough for magazine. Do you need a fucking tissue? I heard you got drama, trying to get paid. Shout out drama and paid.
This comes, however, as Ontario's had its 3rd death caused by the virus, and current cases in the province stand around 13.
Those are real people, eh?
One man is dead after a shooting.
Because they see me getting all distracted and shit. Those are real fucking people dying from on this shit. It's a cold virus. That's why you're not taking it seriously. It's killing people because you're spreading it to others. Oh, I'll spread it around. We'll be healthier after. You don't have to do things that way. There's no justification to do it that way.
And now time for 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Colin Teske.
You know what the problem with a COVID-19 vaccine would be? You wouldn't be able to give it to old people and shit. You have to give it to everyone else around them so they don't. This virology is fucking crazy. This is not normal, right? You shouldn't eat fucking bats.
The U.S. Track Federation added its name to a growing list of organizations asking for the postponement of the Tokyo Games because of the coronavirus.
Oh, you're laughing at me for washing off the plastic cutlery and keeping it. I got jars full of it. Hey, I could serve 100 people food on clean cutlery. You can just throw it in the garbage. It's already been used. We already got the one use. If we get two, then bonus. And half of it I haven't actually used.
Former Eagles wide receiver Nelson Aguilar.
Don't they give you like 6 phones for like 3 people's food? Like, what the fuck?
Rivers, leaving the LA Chargers where he spent his entire career, he joins the Indianapolis Colts, signing a 1-year deal to become their new quarterback. Sports at 15 and 45.
I don't understand that. I understand it. I just like, why like that? What the?
680 News Time 10:46.
So you know if somebody touched it and opened it.
There's a rumble in the distance. Tax season is on the horizon, and with it will come all the usual paperwork and madness.
Hello.
Don't worry.
Hey, look.
And HP can help.
Stainless steel. The other one was plastic, right?
When you buy an HP OfficeJet Pro 9000 series printer, and get an additional $40 off if you trade in your old printer. Buy the HP OfficeJet Pro 9000 series.
I can wipe it clean.
Staples.ca. But don't wait. This offer is only valid until April 9th.
Am I getting tax credits this year? You bet.
Should I be selling drugs at the days in?
Not like when you're the middle child. They gave the family dog my name, and no one noticed. I guess you don't need to dream of having superpowers when you're.
And I used to have the big milkshake cups.
People are complicated.
Bitch ended up with those. I thought I'd be able to buy more. No, apparently not.
Credit you deserve, with more money back from tax credits available to those in Ontario. H&R Block. Get what's yours.
This portion of the news is brought to you by HP OfficeJet Pro. Right now, we'll check in with south of the border. Some companies are pivoting to create face masks to contain the outbreak.
The president's saying companies that include
you don't sell us some face masks, we're not going to buy no underwear.
To create respirators and protective masks.
Oh, I'm not signing it. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going through that right now.
Them now. Dr. Anthony Fauci says they are coming.
Sooner than weeks. It's going to be days.
629.4.
Expecting a surge of COVID-19.
That included travel time round trip.
Overwhelm the system. Andy Field, ABC News, Washington.
680 News Time, 10:47. New York preparing for a new surge of virus cases.
The number of diagnosed cases in New York has now surpassed 10,000. More than half of them are among people 18 to 49. Governor Andrew Cuomo said not enough young people are
New York, wherever the fuck you are in the world, Toronto, New York, is it Toronto, Buffalo, New York? It's right there. I know it's a bit of a drive, but to us, it's right there. You say United States, we think New York. And Buffalo, whatever. New York State.
Of ventilators and millions of N95 masks for purchase, with most designated for New York City, which has a third of all coronavirus cases in the country. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Despite their proximity to China, Taiwan not seeing a large outbreak of the virus. CBC reports that the island nation has only 153 confirmed cases and 2 deaths, with a population of roughly 23 million. They've kept their schools open, but all students must wear masks during the day, only taking them off when eating lunch. Most buildings were equipped with various sanitizer dispensers after the SARS outbreak. They're also rationing cleaning supplies throughout the entire country. And this is all News Radio 680 News. There are staggering new numbers out of Italy today. Health officials are reporting a new high for a 24-hour period.
I need a new high for a 24-hour period.
6,557 new cases. The country is at the heart of Western
Mr. Weights and Measures. Tell me what the Justice Lady says today.
Over 53,500 53,500 known
Tell me
cases.
if I should pay for this.
More than
No,
60% of the latest deaths occurred in the northern region of Lombardy, where hospitals have been reeling under a caseload that has left intensive care beds and respirators in dire supply. The new increases come nearly 2 weeks into a national lockdown and a desperate
She's calling me a goof outside because yesterday I didn't come running up to open the door. Says, you piece of shit.
Time 10:50. Alexa's engine can undergo 200.
This girl comes to the fucking, I can hear the coffee pot. This girl comes to the front door as I'm ducking in the elevator. She says, you piece of shit. I stick my hand in the door. Come on. I said, no. I've got my face covered. We're 50 feet away. She's behind a glass door. Death, me. She's still mouthing on whatever. Today she's calling me all goof and things. I turn around and say, you don't understand. I'm fucking sick. Oh, you go to the hospital then. The fuck? That's your response? Do you even understand what the fuck's going on? You're from a country on the other fucking side of the planet. You don't think internationally? Wow. Go to the hospital. Yeah, so either what I'm carrying can make someone else really fucking sick, or I can pick up something which may or may not give me symptoms, but still make other people sick. What the fuck is the point in that? There's no fucking antibiotics for a virus. Biotic, alive. Virus, not alive. It's not alive. I'm already dead. I'm already dead. I took 2 to the head. I took the sidewalk. Do you understand the things I'm saying sometimes? There's so many fucking meanings to it. It's not alive. You can't kill it because it's not alive. If you kill me, I will kill you back. Did you not think of what I meant by that? I ain't hating, because anybody that actually watches my shit or reads my shit on Facebook or whatever does seem to get it. Or they wouldn't be on my fucking page, right? But one day these assholes are going to see this. Mr. Vanden Kerkhoff recorded over 500 videos ranging in time from 3 minutes to 11 hours. I watched all of them. All of them took me a year. What did you find out? We're all assholes, and he's right. He's right. We're all assholes. It's our own goddamn fault. Somebody asked me why I started streaming. I didn't have an answer for them. But one of the, there was 2. One of the reasons was back in like 1990 or 91 or some shit, Moses Neimer, City TV, they gave a video camera, not this. No. This was a VCR with a fucking telescope on it. Because that's what it was back then. They gave a guy a video camera, so he's now a videographer. That's why I use that word. To document the end of his life because he had HIV, and you didn't survive HIV in 1990 or 91 or whatever the fuck it was. Unless you're just Magic Johnson. There's a bullshit. I think 30 years ago, Magic Johnson's doctor mixed up 2 test results and told him that he had AIDS and he doesn't. And he just thinks he does, and he doesn't want to admit that he made the mistake now, and he's never been retested. Or if they test him, they go, you don't have HIV no more, right? Medicine must have. I think that's what happened, because how the fuck? Obviously, longevity flows uphill towards money or some shit. I'm going to stop talking. Let's put the fucking music on. We could hit the top of the hour. No, we're not going to. Get to the bottom of the hour. Yeah, no, you're supposed to either have music and commercials or news and commercials. You're not supposed to have music and news. What the fuck kind of weird show is this? And no, I don't ask permission. I just play it, and if I get in trouble, fuck it. If I get in trouble for playing your music that you might get something out of, then fuck you. I just won't play it again. Oh, been there. Done that. I pull up in this Buick, blasting this music. The anthem got them singing, shots ringing out, hands up, hands up.
Podium.
Oh, way back in the day, sometimes occasionally they would play a song twice in a row and weird shit like that. You have no idea. You can't get away with nothing no more. If somebody wrote rules to everything sometime around 97, 98, you can't do nothing no more unless you follow this invisible rule book. I don't have a copy, so I don't know. Oh, well, the nice pieces just fell off. But don't worry about the stick. The stick is not good.
A native who ain't giving up, a native who don't give a fuck, a native with the screws, but they the fucking screw up. I have a few screws and most people don't. I'm a crazy little bastard.
It's not huge, but you put a bunch of these together, you get a fucking nice big drum. And the reason we don't take the sticks off until the end user is so we can handle it without fucking touching the crystals and oils. They don't weigh fuck all, right? This won't even weigh, this whole stick here won't even weigh 1 point on the fucking scale. Why ain't you gonna weigh it? Fuck you. I've been doing this 20 years. I'm not weighing it. I'm not weighing it. Okay, I'll weigh it. Okay, so this piece doesn't count because it's crumbling up. So what's left of it? This is, you want to take a bet? You think it's gonna be over or under 100 milligrams?
The mind of a maniac, the mind of a lunatic, the mind of a native who ain't giving up, a native who don't give a fuck, a native with the screws, but they the fucking screw. I got the mind of a killer, the mind of a maniac, the mind of a lunatic, the mind of a native who ain't giving up, a native who don't give a fuck.
5 milligrams. You ever buy like a herb and it says, oh, 5 milligrams of caffeine in your Coke or whatever? That's 5 milligrams.
Dang.
I'm gonna throw this at a police officer. But hey, officer, look up. Just to see if he can feel it enough to charge you over 5 milligrams. Be like, I saw you do that, but I didn't feel it. I can't charge you if I didn't feel it.
And when my crew come, they ain't gonna say no more in the
slum. One girl got mad at me once. Oh, if I learned a lesson once, I don't need to learn it twice.
No more.
Girl got mad.
No tree.
What?
No more
No sticking.
Down here, it's only heather up. You
what?
Won't get a chance no more.
There's no stick in my gun bag. No fear. I want one with a stick in it. It's flour. It comes on a stick.
They gotta ride for me because they gotta say that they'll die for me. They gotta shine for me. If I shine on my own,
thank you.
They won't die.
Every time after that, I give her the ones with the sticks because she wanted them. You know how much fucking trouble it is to try to find a stick to put into a bag of fucking weed? You got a limited number of fucking bags with sticks in them, and you have no idea the things I put up with.
Love it, I ball just like Nash, saying that they want a ball, throwing bins in the trash. I'ma hit it up like fucking haters. I gotta see it later, like fucking adding up my stats with the calculator, saying that they want to rave.
They'll be causing cancer in the morning, in the late night. If you want to have a great fight, we can come through.
But I just might take you. Shit, boy, I gotta remix this shit like a bitch gotta read this.
Hello? See the M-Dub? See the M-Dub? You think I'm fucking joking with this shit? Everything a gang sign. Everything a gang sign. My way or the highway.
Percentage of pussy in me, my family is legendary. Residential school survivors, persistence is necessary. Tried to kill us,
you couldn't do it, we're invincible, it's hereditary. Wabanaki, Confederacy, prosecutors, I don't give a fuck, military police, the fucking militia, I'm gonna kill ya.
Fucking statues, fucking new Bentley. We've been hungry on the rest, trying to make our 4 cents, but we short 2 pennies. Yeah, my mood is edgy, I'm hungry. Somebody told me that my food was ready. Yo, who the fuck do I gotta prove to that I shoot too deadly? Since the papoose, I've been cuckoo. Who you wanna push?
But we short 2 pennies.
Call me Blue Cap Kenny. It's that Tupac and sitting bull in the room full of bitches in the nude sipping Henny. I've been in the woods with my new friends. I got my moose get ready. I'm out here hunting in this bitch. I do that heavy in this. You ain't from the rest.
There ain't nothing you could tell me.
I got a screw loose,
but you know this already.
Gotta get that dog like I used to at daycare. I'm trying to play fair. I can just construct.
Can't buy those, can you? Oh, if you can, the next box is gonna look different. When you empty see all this case at the store, then the next box one will be different.
And then I lost him to suicide. It was a shock to my body, but I'm alright. I made him.
So zigzag silvers don't say silver on them.
So tonight, all you motherfuckers are gotta die.
Rizla blacks don't say black on them.
This is survival of
They
the
do
fittest.
now.
I'm conditioned for anything. Native overqualified. Try and play me. I'm like Muhammad Ali in his prime. You sleep on
10,
your dream.
11, 10,
You better fucking
11.
wake up and apologize. Wanna with me, you can holler on the roster mic. I'm a product of the Wabanaki tribe. I cannot be copied. I am one of one. I don't think you want a problem with me, son. In the skinning and the scarring and the
not want to see what happens when the team walks this world. That's military, not the biggest, because we got a lot of dead weight, and if you go big through the woods and me, you find a lot of dead weight. What? I don't give a fuck if you want to fight. I look like you, but we are not the same, alright? Everything a gang sign, everything is a surreptitious message of communication. I do not give a fuck what you niggas is saying, but it's not in French, then you not Haitian. As far as I'm concerned, I am not concerned. You getting burned. Like the you know what the fuck this is?
You cutting heads off. You worried if you cut from the same cloth. You was playing Game Boy, niggas was playing Game Gods. Niggas melly rock on your block with a chain on just to get hit or can't make it. Like Trayvon, just stick calm. Niggas got yay on with stove top. Metal like crayons, turning them heat rays on. They paid on steel. Purchase more. Like they only wanted 2 ounces to purchase for. You know we only wanted new houses that's on the shore. But my lawyer gotta study evidence in the court. 2-door sport in the court, playing these greasy loops. After every time I shoot, that ski mask turn to a toke. Still running that nation of domination for Rook. P89 and that barrel slide is too cute.
Sometimes it comes down to time.
Hit up in the dome when they try ducky. Still better than just standing there and trying nothing. Kill them little pups, I'm a G-dog. I have him in the streets playing leapfrog.
Did I bring both lighters with me when I left?
For a Tesla. Pulling out the bulldog is burnt like a Presla. Let me tell you how I feel. You niggas ain't real. That shot ate your food like a meal. Let me tell you how I feel. You niggas ain't real. That shot ate your food like a meal. Hold on, let me get some pimpin'. Fuck you think you're doing? I pull up in a Buick, blast this music. You know how we do it. Yeah. Like Montel Jordan and these Jordans. All these bitches is still like, no. So all these girls boring. Anytime I come through, making girls get the bullshit. Charlie, you know me. Rolling in a Harley with shorty. I just hope you got the 40. 20 niggas in third clothing, that's what we learned. You should hear the arrogant names these niggas will call. And that bitch was on car. Before Asian or Dream, we had a battery dog. Fuck them all, middle fingers for law. Win with the blase blah. Hopping out of a car. I was asking them what's up with the top. Passerby's ass police, what's up with the shop? Another body, just another day.
It was for mass man. My bandanas on the face, and I stepped way back because I didn't want to be my
side. Sitting in the chair, and even thinking how the time flies. Let me tell you how I feel. You niggas ain't real. That shot ate your food like a meal. Let me tell you how I feel. You niggas ain't real. That shot ate your food like a meal. I know that they were finished, they came with 3 rounds. Straight up out of G-Town, trains going eastbound. They used to talk about all these niggas, they know it's me now. Package get caught supported, that's how we rebound. F4TG is Ronnie, AR Paisley, Trey Bars, we the hardest up in these streets now. You best not trespass here, baby, just keep out. We ain't fuck around with the steering if we gon' wheel out. You ain't got the metaphor, nigga, that's when that skill out. Big clock, big shot, knocking all of your teeth out. Right now you know that y'all got heat. They got no bars, but all got beats. Trap music.
Okay. Those 2 make a joy. These 2 make a joy. The big one will be the last one. Will be the last one. 13 plus 11.25 plus 3. 24.25. $27.25. It's not bad if you owe less than what you got. You work with. There ain't no money coming in. cash money. That's crazy. That's crazy right now. Oh yeah, crack dealers used to just walk around bothering panhandlers. You thought the panhandlers were bothering you. The crack dealers were bugging the panhandlers. Nigga, go out there and find a panhandler to sell some rocks to, eh? You're not the brightest drug dealer in the world, eh? Ask about the gang members taking recycling off the streets so people can go get their smokes for free and then save their money for something to eat. Maybe put some clean socks on their feet. Raul. This is for the haters, oh. This is for the haters, oh. You move my head.
Who are they? A bunch of haters with nothing so good to say. OC, MTL, mark this on your log. We bringing so much smoke, the streets catching all the fog. I ain't a crow, this my job. Fire behind the power, I'll devour like the mob. Everyone got a prop. Keep it humble in the meantime. You'll see why I got a gut and a stink like I'm blowing up beehives. I've been chilling in the shadows, playing for battle, a jet to travel and dance.
The human condition. I'm halfway through rolling a joint. I gotta check the chicken. It's not gonna do anything. I gotta check it right now, but I'm halfway through rolling a joint. Human condition. Here's another one. My foot will start itching for no goddamn reason. And if I don't do something about it, it's itching. As soon as I get my shoe untied, it ain't itchy no more. The fuck is that shit, bro?
I be grinding, I'm on my grind, bro. And I be smoking on that killer that be that high, yo. But famous nigga, yeah, you know we getting high, yo. Smoking on that purple cause I don't fuck with that lean, though. Oh my god, killing shit like my name is Zod. Superman flying high.
As if my name was Sarge. Who the fuck they are? Coming through with the AR like Imperial shit. You can't stop AR without the Dre bars. As long as they are. It's not hockey band from Illinois, but it's looking for the fools. I think you're all a bunch of fools. Get used to it. Something's not goddamn right.
Yeah, we got the greatest flow, sipping all that medicine, you know we got that medical, red and black, young, nigga with some hooligans, red and black, young, nigga with some hooligans, and it's for my haters though, yeah, we got that greatest flow, sipping all that medicine, you know that shit is medical, red and black, young, with some hooligans, red and black, young, with some hooligans.
That doesn't count, it's a mirror. That being flashy and shiny doesn't count, it's a mirror.
The black gangs divide into two warring clans, the Crips and the London Pirates.
Pirates over here, you know, Crips over here, you know?
Black street gangs identify themselves by the colors they wear. The Pirates wear red, the Crips wear blue, blue jackets, blue trousers,
blue laces in their shoes.
Around the banana, nigga, that's Crip shit. Shoes with blue string, nigga, that's Crip shit. Flag with a blue bit, nigga, that's Crip shit. White cousin low, nigga, that's Crip shit. Around the banana, nigga, that's Crip shit. Shoes with blue string, nigga, that's Crip shit. Flag with a blue bit, nigga, that's Crip shit. T-Way, cousin low, nigga, that's Crip shit. Blue and black flannel, clip full of ammo. That work sack stashed in the door panel. Blue gloves, dripping gray, blue diamonds in my chain, blue rag around my brain. Make it obvious I bang Crip is the gang. Since I knew it ain't changed. I tried rocking red, but it made me feel strange. Some lokes get their flame on, but not T-Lo. I'ma keep it true blue till the day I croak. With blue this and blue that, blue shoes and blue hat, royal blue, baby blue, navy blue, yeah that.
Anodized blue gats.
Get your lips hit, leave them things bloody like you put on some lipstick. I don't set trip cause there's nothing to prove. You don't like how I'm dressed, low, make you move. This Crip motherfucker and I bow down to none. Ain't scared to catch a fade or to whip out the drum. Bandana around the banana, nigga that's Crip shit. Shoes with blue
That's another militia.
shit. Flag with a blue fin, nigga, that's crip shit. White cuss and low, nigga, that's crip shit. Bandana around a banana, nigga, that's crip shit. Shoes with blue string, nigga, that's crip shit. Flag with a blue fin, nigga,
Is it crip or is it red?
Nigga, that's
We smoked the crip on our reds.
on everything I love. Royal
Up
Navy,
on the reds with no reservations. Fuck you up with no hesitation.
Same color laces, never have a wheel, give a fuck. I was brought up on this crip shit, I take it to the coffin. Real niggas put me on, I stood far from the off brands. A slip for the tongue, I just had you a marked man. I wouldn't give a fuck, cause that's the life that I'm part in. Six wearing red now, cause not too often, ain't no love lost, though. I just gotta keep it bouncing, and I roll up on a nigga like he popped a blue dolphin. That's hands-on training, gotta get some new partners. This crip shit I bang every motherfucking day. Been stabbed, been jumped every motherfucking way. Still a big here, nigga, cause I ride for my pillar. I forever keep it true. This is crip, motherfucker. Who been down around the banana? Cause that's crip shit. Shoes with the blue string. Nigga, that's crip shit. Flag with a blue fin. Nigga, that's crip shit. Keep weight cause of law. Cause that's crip shit. Who been down around the banana? Nigga, that's crip shit.
Thing. I'm trying to do 6 things at once in my head. I'm not touching the work or the packaging. What you talking about? I think you're ravishing the earth. Everybody says you're not worth the mercy.
Nigga, this is crip shit. Loaded on me, pussy, pledge allegiance to the rack. Two fingers, spread your fingers, twisted, keep it gangster. Tell I never why I ain't getting a what. I'm in a blue low, no white beater and chug. No seat belt because strapped up. See, I fitted with a little bit of lick in my cup. See, walking through the porch, skipping in the mud. Wrong side of the tracks and we was getting them up. We used to get it what the proof about getting with us. They used to get the heads up. Now tiny gangster bust. Unload big Chris, put your dick in the dust.
Put your dick in the dust.
Cause I'm fucking with us. I'm sticking to the script trick, never ran a switch shit. 30 years on mine, cause I'm riding for this grip shit.
Your dick in the dust like I fucked your old lady. Make crazy. I think I'm a shady. I don't give a fuck if they pay me or not, cause I'm gonna get paid either way. Get the guap on the block. Anybody fucking around is getting shot. This is gun town. This is gun town.
Nigga, that's crip shit. Nigga, that's crip shit.
Lay him out right in front of his mom's house, begging me to stop, but the music won't let me calm down.
Nigga, that's crip shit.
COVID video.
Nigga, that's crip shit.
Video rocking. I don't give a fuck if the clown's talking or not. Oh, na 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 na.
Low rise. Slow rise.
Low rise.
Drop it. Drop it.
I live in a low rise, stack 7 tall. I don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all can
low rise. Low rise records, baby.
With 32,000 pounds in a shipping container, a stack of 7 tall. Sorry, kilos. 190,000 kilos stack weight. 6 containers tall, on the shoulder of the road, in a line, 10 kilometers back from the full terminal. We're gonna supply the whole world, baby. You're gonna be landing planes at Pearson to pick the shit up. United we stand, united we fall, so fuck them all.
Feel the drive in my brain, you feel the force of my lines. This gang make you clean with the every roll. Cause every bar I fucking write comes from my soul. I try my hardest just to lace these tracks with such grace, but often question myself just to see if it's a waste. Test myself sometimes past the limits of control, but do it all at any cost just to go and roll. Me, I gotta do it, and I'm heavily pursuing this dream. But every fucking time I do it, it seems it gleams past the fucking point of observation. Now I'm steadily taking out you faggots that behave. It's the L-O-W-R-Y-Z-E. Make a MC's freeze, bitch, believe me. You can only wish to do the things that we do. And feel sick, stand up if you feel in the mood. It's the L-O-W-R-Y-Z-E.
No, I ain't scratched shit. You see all them holes? I ain't scratched shit. I've been sitting there.
306 stand up.
Swear to God, if you're being bit by bugs, though.
But I proved them all wrong. Another 6 script for another 6 song. Now I'm rolling with the illest crew in all of Saskatoon. Making hits, making tracks, gonna be famous soon. The tightest tracks in dirt come from low rise. Gotta please the people's taste, gotta feed their cries. E-Block, Saskatoon, that's a place that's a bird. Just to make it in this game, can't beat to card. So many people tend to get lost in the tracks, and then nobody helps them and they don't bring it back. But when you hear these tracks, you'll feel right at home. It's for all the underdogs so they won't feel alone. Nevertheless, I put my rhymes to the test. Should I invest in the quest to becoming the best? Dreamcast and derelict, bringing you another track. So just turn off your genre if it's something you can hack. It's the L-O-W-R-Y-C-A. Make your MCs praise, bitch, believe me. You can only wish to do the things that we do. In 306 stand up if you feel in the mood. It's the L-O-W-R-Y-C-A.
These guys spell their names correctly in the songs and misspell them on the titles of the tracks. You can't find this shit on the internet to try it.
306 stand up if you feel in the mood. I smoke chronic in hotbox cars. I still choke writing 16 bars. There's proof of damage, many scars. Late at night writing under the stars. Fate fades of war, that's why I'm so hardcore. Too profound to be sold in stores. Me and derelict, the definition of evil. Pierced to the feeble like the tip of a needle. The way my flow said people. I take stages, smear ink all over the pages. You want to battle with the fuck or the wages? I'm serving baseless and violent outrages. Psychologists can't even case this. They say everything I write is tasteless. As time, if anyone spent time to educate this, embrace this like I'm running a 3-ring circus. Everything I drop is surplus, serving its purpose like Canadian military service. Got you shaking nervous, like there's a hole in your epidermis. No soul for the worthless. Go ahead and say my name, cursed it. Couldn't control it, had to disperse it. Now my shirt's ripped.
Say your prayers, take your vitamins.
Make your MCs praise, bitch, believe me. You can only wish to do the things that we do. In 306 stand up if you feel in the mood. It's the L-O-W-R-Y-C-A. Make your MCs praise, bitch, believe me. You can only wish to do the things that we do. In 306 stand up if you feel in the mood.
Switching off of daylight savings time is going to be easy after all this. We're switching off. We're switching permanently to daylight savings, depending how you want to look at it. -5 is too dark, man. -4 is good.
You know.
So when it's below 400, Zulu time, it'll be midnight here.
Play the drums and sample, I hop on a track. Don't kill the stage at every province that I'm at in. Don't you dare say my name, I'm probably gonna snap in. Leave your dad pissed like when your mommy's on the rag. I'm a zombie on the beat, walking with a swag, yelling louder than my team. Yo, we got this in the bag like the bomb is sweet, I smoke. I promise that it's dope, but if you take a hit, then you're probably gonna choke. Yo, I'm up and I never pass to get a better blast. So tell beats and beat not that they better match.
Yesterday and the day before, I was talking to my daughter. 3-4 days ago,
like the only straight, you got so much knowledge, but I won't teach it. So don't give me your advice, cause I don't need it.
Well, you're shedding live virus for 14 days? What, 14 days after you stop being sick? It's a 14-day incubation period. Okay. I'm not giving you the right answer.
Here to stimulate your mind, but I think you know it though. Diabolical style, some prodigal child, the product of my environment. The future is now, surrounded by the real south. Y'all know what we all about. Getting money, making these moves. I'm on the right route to demonstrate. Let me demonstrate how I murder it. The crime rate increases. Don't act like you ain't heard of it. I levitate minds for 11. I'm no magician now. I take my thoughts to one another level. Demolition cloud with a rebellious style. I say it loud. Word of my homie Vaughn. Just the ill child. The enemy is the epitome of realness. I know you feel this. I'm just a boy, bitch. When it comes to rapping, I'm a motherfucking mastermind.
I wouldn't change it for nothing.
These pussy rappers in the afterlife. I get the spasm when I grab the mic. It's the rapping savage.
I ain't the only black person who looks white. No, a good chunk of these people calling themselves white, just as black, but they didn't get sickle cell to prove it. So they got plausible deniability. That's what the fact really is. I'm not unique in the world. I know that.
My flow's better than most. I'm so better for both. Let up the gold is here forever. I hope you know better than the most. So veteran, bro. More focused than I've ever been, yo. Let it be known I got the medicine, the redder than your head in the rope. I show no love.
Mr. 2 for 1 double up, taking everything is payment in this cup. King, I don't give up.
Stone cold stunner. Time for war. Tonight we down in hell, grab a knife and fork. Never would have thought that if I slice a whore down the spinal cord to a vagina, chuck a tiny corpse inside the floor, that they would find it. Now I gotta find a ride to the other side of the border. My mind has been out of order since I was 9 and resorted to doing crimes with the homies. Ever since the day decided to show me. Yo, what's happening in the back again? This rapping shit is simple. Grab a pad, a pen, a pencil. Rap about the shit you've been through. Get the snapping on an instrumental. Just imagine when you're platinum, all the cash it gets you. It's the last.
Why you all got the same dream, eh? That's like the 4th fucking song in a row. I'm gonna get famous one day at any cost. Why?
Promise I'm unstoppable. Flawless. Sock a hippopotamus in the balls with an ostrich.
Go platinum, don't get too much.
Not enough from other oxys and delights in my pocket. I'm drop kicked in the jar for talking the
You have to
wrong
watch
shit.
where the money actually flows, the order it flows in. Figure this out.
Cockpit, ready to pop it off with your mom's kids, pops, bitch, dogs, cousins, aunt, sis. If you don't want to rumble, put a couple in his cranium. All I'm saying is I'm trouble and I play to win. Ain't no way that you can take away the rage of me. So much anger, I'm a patient, going crazy then. I tell myself to stay my lane and play the game. I'm breaking in and taking everything. And I ain't taking shit. I'm waiting for my Mercedes, 180 acres of blunt with a slut that made it. I'm up, but I'm underrated, you motherfuckers. Better run or I'm running over you. I'm fucking gonna make it through.
Whoa, crazy. Whoa, that's it.
I'm gonna read that shit I read. Yo, let's see what it says for today. Oh. Check this shit out. What's up next? Okay, so I like that song. I've been listening to it for about 18 years. Just chill. It's new to you. It's not new to me. I can't hear it over and over and go, oh yeah, it's good, it's good. I'm gonna say something rude about it and I won't mean it. Squeegee. That's how far back this goes. Squeegee was a common. Yo, squeegee. Oi! March. Okay. This is fucked up. There's some missing. Okay, Wednesday the 18th of March, 2020. Okay, check this shit out. So this is all cut up into pieces, as the Bible is, and as this Bible is, and it's unreadable. I found it unreadable. I couldn't get past Genesis. I read Genesis, and I was like, that's a shitty story. It's not a good textbook. I didn't learn nothing. I didn't even get a good moral out of this story. So if you read Genesis and get a moral out of the story, you're an idiot. Oh, don't eat of the fruit of the forbidden fruit of knowledge or whatever. What the fuck's that got to do with anything? Uh-oh. Oh. That's not supposed to happen. There is a hole in the foil. I guess it's going to smell like chicken in here. Check this bullshit out. I didn't read this first one yesterday. Wednesday, the 18th of March, 2020. Look at this for free. And he said, who said? A certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living. So supposedly that's Luke 15, 11, and 12. We skip to Luke 15, 14, and it says, and when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. That's Thursday. Remember Thursday? It's only 2 days ago. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. Friday, 20th of March. and he would the 1 week mark of Friday the 13th. And he would fain have filled his belly with the husks that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. That's Luke 15:16. Saturday the 21st. That's today. Luke 15:17. And when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? See what I'm talking about? Can you eat your Tesla and your $1,200 iPhone? And then the rest doesn't make. The very next one doesn't connect at all to that one, so I'm not. It says Luke 15:18. Doesn't connect at all to Luke 15:17, so fuck it, I'm not reading it. Luke 15:24a. I didn't know there was letters in the verse numbers. I didn't know that. Tuesday the 24th. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. So I'm not sure what was meant by that. Nobody knows what was meant by that when it was written. But what they expect you to interpret from that, Micmac. This is on our flag. It's not a Jesus. Our Jesus story has no connection to our cross story. They're two different stories. I don't know how you guys got one story. I think you got ripped off. I think somebody put two stories together to just get it over with faster. This is on our flag. It's a national symbol. And those movies, Pet Sematary 1 and 2, there's a part 2. Did you know that? Stephen King. Stephen King's from Maine. Where's Maine? Mi'kmaq, which is the place. Wabanaki Confederacy would be the people, and the place is Mi'kmaq. I'm simplifying. What if you know the story? You know I'm not fucking it up. And what is it? What is Will Wilson from Home Improvement? He's in that movie. He says, that's a Micmac burial ground. What the guy say on the last track? You tried to kill us, you couldn't do it. We're invincible. It's hereditary. Now go look up the military history of the Micmac people on Wikipedia. What do you get? We killed more than we lost, and we still have never ceded land. And we could argue back and forth about how many Indians there are or aren't, but we run everything east and south of here. Everything. And I run everything to the west of here. And if you think I don't, come kill me and take it from me. Better yet, come kill me and you'll lose whatever the fuck you got, because everybody's going to take over what's left, and then you won't get any piece of the pie. So, butterfly effect. $200 Micmac butterfly coin, 1999. I believe it was like $300 to $350 they were selling them for at the time. Brand new, straight from the mint. 0.55 troy ounces, so shit, 15, 60, it's like 70, whatever. 0.55 troy ounces of, I think it's 9999 gold or whatever. Fucking the gold value alone right now is, it's not a $200 coin anymore. It's a $1,000 coin, easy. $1,200, $1,500 coin, easy. Micmac butterfly coin. The butterfly effect. That a butterfly could flutter its wings on one side of the planet, and the air current could cause a hurricane on the other side. Somebody ate a bat, and your grandmother fucking died in an old age home where nobody visits, and she didn't go nowhere. What the fuck? How do I make it a circle? We killed more than we lost when we fought with the British. The British say they bought our land from the French. The French told the British they claimed our land. Nobody in what we call Canada, I'm speaking English, nobody in Canada knew that the French had claimed Canada, whatever you want to call it, until after the British showed up and said, yeah, we bought this from the last owner. So we're the squatters, right? We're not the squatters. Smallpox blankets, biological warfare, unintended consequences, unforeseen consequences. So you got a couple things going on. The smallpox inoculations or vaccines, whatever you want to call them, back in the day, supposedly wore off. I don't know how that works. Smallpox is making a comeback. Smallpox killed off all of my people that it could kill off. I ain't worried about it. Oh, am I callous about things? I'm like, I don't care. This is hundreds of years ago, dog. I'm here now. Oh, people want to argue I can't be black. I can't be black, right? In their head, they don't we don't get to that point of the argument because I ain't wasting my time there. I already know what they're about to say. I've heard every fucking thing. I get a slightly different version of racism than someone with black skin gets. A slightly different version. I get a different flavor of the same racism. You get called nigger, I get called nigger lover. But when I heard that, I was like, it never got under my skin. It was like, yeah, you got me. You know, I couldn't fucking, it didn't hit me the way it was intended to hit me. Fucking, if I looked any blacker, I'd be dead. Yeah, understanding? If I had the weakness of the smallpox, I'd be dead. Apparently, I beat COVID-19. I beat H1N1, H5N1, and H7N5, I believe, without medical help, because they won't give it to me. They'll send me in circles to try and kill me. The Albany clinic damn near killed me like 3 different times. I don't know why I kept going back. Twice. Well, if they almost killed me twice, it's good enough to say 3 times, because they probably did it a 3rd time, and I didn't know, okay? Fucking... How I go to a doctor named Sood. It's spelled differently, but it's pronounced S-U-E-D. Sood. Like lawsuit, like I got sued. I go to 2 different fucking doctors with that name. What the fuck is wrong with me? If something was gonna kill me, it would have. Even down to collapsing in public and not being able to get up or put up a fight or nothing. If someone wanted to fucking get me, they could have got me, eh? Fucking, and that never happened yet. Oh, these days I've taken to carrying something really sharp or heavy or like fucking flammable or something that if you get close enough to me that I can hurt you with it, you were trying to hurt me, and I can't run away. I punched this fucking white guy. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup if I had to. I think I was drunk too. This motherfucker wouldn't get the fuck away from me. He's following me up the street. He's trying to talk to me in such a way that, here's what they do. They'll approach you. They'll be yelling loudly, whatever they're yelling. Okay, doesn't matter what words they're yelling. What they're trying to create, street theater, is that if anybody looks up and sees them, they think that you guys are friends. And if anything, you're the one acting weird. Because if they can get this close to you, they're going to spray something or give you something or slip you something and walk away with you like your buddy. And while you're going, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, we're almost there. My car's right here, man. We'll get it. Whatever the fuck they got to say. Yeah, and if you wake up, all your shit's gone. Bad things been done to you. Blah, 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 blah. I just remember punching him, punching him, punching him, and punching him, and punching. And the whole time, I'm sitting down right now, right? But the whole time, and I'm taking a step every fucking time, and fucking, I grew up on Queen Street, so if there's a fight, I always push the person out into the road. Eh? I'm hoping a car will come around the corner and the person's not looking and clip them. That's what I'm hoping. But, yeah, we fucking ghetto. I don't give a fuck what you did. I don't have to beat you to death myself. If I throw you in the street and the car hits you, good enough. Fucking, I could not pick this guy out of a lineup if I had to. All these fucking white guys look the same to me. I ain't even fucking joking. I've never confused a black person for another black person that I can think of. But I don't know how many times I punched him. Well, we went diagonally, so there's the parking lane, which is wider than the regular lane, I think. And then, because there's 2 lanes, 2 going north, 2 going south. So we ended up all the way out to around the center line and the same distance from where we started going down the street because we went diagonal. I don't know why I'm telling you this story. I wonder if that's too hot to pick up and put more foil in. I didn't double wrap it. My grandmother would have double wrapped it. I can remember clearly now. She would have put 2 layers. I wasn't expecting it to rip. I have too much faith. The American Manufacturing Association made this shit, man. The coffee shop closed early today. Oh, who cares, right? Oh, because it's just somewhere to hang out, eh? Try getting a coffee in this neighborhood, man. We used to have 3 gas stations. We have 1. We used to have multiple garages around here. I don't know where the nearest one is. Probably Queen and fucking Dovercourt. That was a long way to go if your car ain't working. So you come up with a condo high-rise project. Here's a couple things wrong with it. The design is all the condo board is always dependent on maintenance fees. Why? Why do you need maintenance fees? If the structure can physically stand on its own, everything supplied to the building should be split up equally amongst the people somehow. So how the fuck do you need maintenance? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But and the other thing is, when they to physically start digging a hole in the ground to build the project, they have to sell 70% of the units. Did you catch the problem there? So the building finishes and there's still 30% of the units that aren't sold yet. So a few years ago we had 30 to 40, these are estimates, so let's just say 30 to 40,000 empty units at any one time. Brand new, never fucking sold. Never sold. The guys that were in charge of authorizing the project had no intentions of selling them. Why? As long as you get the first 70, you can start building, and that's when everybody starts getting paid, right? This is why I don't have any faith at all in the typical consumer bank to tell me how to invest money, because those are the types of things they back. We'll give you millions because that's what they're doing. It might be split up among 100 people, but here's $1 million at 3%. Really? I can't borrow 100 off my Visa without paying 21 or whatever the fuck. Somewhere between 18 and 28%, basically. How the fuck are you gonna give the most money for the least? I don't understand any of this shit. I know I'm sort of rambling. I don't give a fuck. Is that a roach? Oh, I dropped it, so I guess it doesn't count anymore. Oh, I forgot to hashtag this. We take all currencies. No, we accept. I can't remember which one I used. One was more politically correct and acceptable. We take all currencies. It's like, we shouldn't use that one. Yeah, I think that's the one I didn't use. The Canadian Tire money goes to the church. The bus tokens, I use them. Where the fuck did you come from, eh? You bastard, eh? Oh, yeah, you got out, eh? Now, this is how I know bedbugs are too stupid to deserve to live. All they do is bite people, right? How long did I have him between my fingers? He didn't bite me. He crawled around on my fingertip. What the fuck is wrong with me? Now, see, I don't understand how people... It's the same thing with this virus going around right now, the COVID. People just don't fucking do what's logical to do. People flick a bed bug off of them onto the floor. They don't see where it went. There's not like, what the fuck did you just do that for? You could have killed that fucking thing, and now you got away. And now it knows what you're going to do if it touches you in a certain way. The fucking smart bed bugs will bite you, and you won't feel them crawling on you and shit. Little tiny baby bed bugs crawl over the goddamn place. You feel them, you just rinse them off down the sink. They bite you like 6 fucking times. Bite you in places where you got lots of nerve endings. Don't you realize that I'm all about survival? That's never gonna cook if I leave the door open, eh? I don't understand why it's got to make that much noise to let me know I successfully clicked the volume button, because I'll hear noise. Oh, what the fuck happened now, man? That's good timing, because
What's your money, babe? This guy's name is, I don't know, one of these guys is Squeegee.
What would you do for somebody, baby? Why you trying to live good the way you wanna be? What would you do for somebody, baby?
why is this not widescreen? Even if it's a lower resolution, why is it not widescreen? Why? Do you want to see half of me?
La limite est franchie, la prise de tous ses portes, et voilà, c'est fini. Les piques métis, avant tout la me promet, ça fait l'envers du décor et du billet vers la mort.
What would you do for some money, baby? When you try to live good the way you wanna be? What would you do for some money, baby? When you try to look nice the way you wanna be?
Et de notre machination, portée de toute la nuit jusqu'à te rendre tout gris. Les quatre murs, les tachants, coupés en permanence, l'une après l'autre, les cyclones défilent, du monde de millions avant la délivrance. Alors que fais-tu pour une poignée de larmes, mais en sachant que le pyjamiste t'a perdu?
What would you do for some money, baby? When you try to live good the way you wanna be? What would you do for some money, baby? When you try to look nice the way you wanna be?
Je t'ai connu sage et obéissant. Je t'ai vu grandir. J'ai reconnu ton père il y a 30 ans. Aujourd'hui, je t'ai vu chuter. Ça me fait mal.
Vito Rizzuto was the head of the Montreal Mafia. He was a man with many enemies, but Rizzuto died of natural causes.
The Mafia. A secret order dedicated to Cosa Nostra. This thing of ours. You violate what's wrong.
Ruckus.
niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. Cause I'm getting on now, niggas wanna hate. Cause I'm getting on now, they wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Had more respect, selling crack, not rap as people get. Cause you blast you with a Mac and that's that. It's fucked up how niggas want my head over fame. It's a shame, cause I love their minds. Insane like G, but not quite like me. One of a kind, on my grind. Fuck yeah, I'm a hood hopper. I'm where I'm all over. My niggas is connected with AJ, every day's payday. Marvin will kill you if you kill me and burn your kids. Paranoid, keep a 9 mil, make your guts spill. Lay there in a pool full of blood, you're fraud. The life's on pause. That mine is next. Only heard none yet. Life dedication. Malcolm X invasion. Black Zion and Honey the Diva. Plus Dragon, the only one there when I touch my first million.
Vito Rizzuto was the head of the Montreal Mafia. He was a man with many enemies, but Rizzuto died of natural causes.
The Mafia. A secret order dedicated to Cosa Nostra.
The camera obviously can do everything and more than what I need it to do. It's always the software that fucking drives me insane with this shit.
Cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down. Click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate. Cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down. Click, click, pow, pow.
You don't need to see
Niggas
5
wanna
feet above
hate.
my head, but you
Cause
can.
I'm getting on now.
So obviously we
Cause
got
I'm getting on now. Niggas wanna hate. Cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down. Click, click, pow, pow. Had more respect, selling crack, not rap as people get. Cause they'll blast you with a Mac and that's that. It's fucked up how niggas want my head over fame. It's a shame, cause I love their minds. Insane like G, but not quite like me. One of a kind, on my grind. Fuck yeah, I'm a hood hopper. I'm well on all over. My niggas is connected with AJ, every day's payday. Marvin will kill you if you kill me and burn your kids. Paranoid, keep a 9 mil, make your guts spill. Lay there in a pool full of blood, you're a fraud. The life's on pause. That mine is next. Only heard none yet. Life dedication. Malcolm X invasion. Black Zion and Honey the Diva. Plus Dragon, the only one there when I touch my first million. Fuck your reasons, you don't listen. Be strong, my career is in God's hand, not mine. And definitely not yours. We're hard to the core, dear Lord. We've been here before. Mission impossible. Survive death more than 20 times. And talk crimes, you're worth a dime. D.I.G. ready to die. Thug like Park 50 before he got shot. Wait for them shots. Ain't afraid of nothing. Listen, little bitch, come get it. I can't be a conscious rapper. All my life,
I'll just cook it for 15 fucking hours, man.
Fuck you haters.
Don't take shortcuts.
Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now. They wanna shoot me down, click, click, pow, pow. Niggas wanna hate, cause I'm getting on now.
I didn't go to the grocery store today.
Wanna hate, cause I'm getting
proud of me,
now.
No,
You can't shoot me down. No, click down.
I don't know when all those fucking old people are gonna be there. I'm just gonna stay away.
They used to guns. 10 guns before. Bobby Smart at 20 guns. Yeah. Because that was the real niggas is. Bitch ass niggas.
I tried shorting one with $30 one time. I actually should be. Tried shorting one with $30 fucking dollars one time. Acting like they didn't know what they were doing. What? The management has high-def cameras on the cash register. Oh, better money.
Yeah. Ruckus.
Oh, try telling me buy now like it was time for me to leave. What the fuck? I'm in here 6 times a day. I'll stand here for the next 4 hours and buy nothing. I'll eat like $50 worth of food, lounging. and pay on the way out, and nobody gonna bother me. Don't fucking tell me.
Yeah, you already know what it is, man. Show homie.
I'm gonna rip her off for $30
BDS Cinco. You already know what it is. Right now, I'm rocking out with my nigga M1, aka Moolah, man. Boy got bars, man. Young nigga too, man. 17 years old. Getting it in, getting it real. He got bars, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. You already know, man. If I co-sign this shit, I co-sign his bars, you know what I'm saying? So I can tell y'all, man, my nigga got bars, man. If you want to see if he a real nigga now, man, run up on him, man. He'll let you know you're YO the T dot, man. That's how we getting it down, man. Shout out to my nigga DJ Diggs, my nigga DJ Opie, man. Let's get him.
That is a long fucking intro.
I ain't lying, throat infection, bronchitis. I'm sick, I need medicine. Veteran, I'm too skilled.
The fuck? Why is it moving? It doesn't matter. I had different music in mine anyway.
AKA the Sandman, putting to sleep like rockin' bye-bye, baby. Will the sun come up tomorrow? I don't know, maybe. Get your ass up out the car, nigga. Get the fuck out, burn yourself, nigga. Burn yourself. Fuck school up on the streets. Don't need a GED, I sell crack. What the working class sleeps. Live my life on the beat. No matter what, I'ma eat. If I'm a burn for a plate, might as well make it a feast. I go hard till I'm in.
You don't rob old ladies and things, man.
Can't stick too many chops. I know they surveillance me. Fuck them, let them watch.
I see you too, to you, do you get it?
Every night it's the same. I'm on the beach and run up and up to the tell me what this mean. You can call it greed. I call it get mine by any means. Yeah, the KID, aka the Sandman. Putting
If you kill me, you'll still be harassed by my ghost.
Will the sun come up tomorrow? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, boy, nothing lost this way. Walking like you lost the best way to say. Yeah, boy, nothing lost this way. Nothing good here, all the time was way. Yeah, boy, nothing lost this way. Walking like you lost the best way to say. Yeah, boy.
How come one person in your house sound like 15 people when you're like at the door? When you come in, there's only one other person in there. Holy fuck, bro. Chill out.
I was raised up west side, money motivated mind. Team standing corners, how would these be on the bumpy grind? I do this all the time, every day, you know I gotta ride. Money be a girl, say goodbye, cause now the bitch is mine. It's just another day, another crime. We live in the devil's way like renegades. Watching Tuesday great, these are the end of days. Get on your knees and pray like you're about to meet the Lord today. Slowly starting to fade, lost, slipping into an unconscious state. You don't want that faith, living life in the hood is for the soldiers. Hold your folder, and the paper I used for my push, time to roll up. So I had caught them and showed up what? So let get fucking get more bucks. What that mean for a nigga like me? I might rob your whole family tree. Yeah, what that mean for a nigga like me? I might rob your whole family tree.
Yeah, boy, nothing lost its way. Walking like you lost the best way to say. Yeah, boy, nothing lost its way. Nothing good here, all the time was play. Yeah, boy, nothing lost its way.
I ain't got it. I ain't scared. I can talk and stay cool.
Nothing good here, all the time was play. Yeah, boy.
Oh, there's green tea in there too. Shit. I put it all at the tip. Fuck. Motherfucker. What do you mean to do, dude?
Ain't hard
to my number call. Trust me, dog. You ain't prepared to do what I'm prepared to do with the car. The artillery I got, cut you in half like a chainsaw. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat, bags out. Stop, listen, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Murder in the first degree, homicide in the crib arrest. She was jamming even when her arm that she can't speak. It's a cold world if we live it, take it from me. Yeah, in the end, everything I see and have seen is but a dream within a dream. Long days, cold nights, serving fees. This the life that we live, this the life that we live, this the life that we live, motherfucker. This the life that we live, this the life that we live, this the life that we live, motherfucker. This the life that we live, this the life that we live, this the life that we live, motherfucker. This the life that we live, this the life that we live, this the life that we live, motherfucker. This that new shit, that gang life revolution. You don't wanna fuck with this, I got homie on standby. Really let it tell you, I suggest you close your lips, stop bumping your guns before you hurt someone you love. No remorse for my gun, no regrets for these clips. Cross me and I'll second bout shit. Got an M16, copied up the black market shit. Big guns, big clips, you don't want any part of this. I'm on that leave you retarded shit. We ain't shit, I give a fuck who started it. Try me, see how far you get. 4 goons in a stolen whip. Roll through, fuck your whole day up.
Another time I'm slamming this kid on the fucking ground. His head is bouncing off the concrete. I wasn't being nice about it. Oh, a lot of guys will grab you, but they're not really smashing your head off the thing. They just don't want you to move. Well, fuck if he moves. I was going to stop him from moving. But he was already retarded. I think there was something wrong with this kid, but I don't mean medically. There was something wrong with the fucking way he thought of the world, man. Again, he put his hands on me first too. Why he thought that was a good idea, I don't know.
There ain't no peace, all I see is violence in the streets. Junkies in the alleyway, homie broke his by any means. Random robberies just to feed. Close your eyes, imagine what it's like to be me. It's just the nature of the beast. No warning, we just sink our teeth. We rip the competition apart. What's the gun goes off, make it start. He played until he passed on. A grown man cry like a hoe. What a sad song. All my soldiers put your flags on. We gon' bang to the song. I keep the strap like an ace in the hat. Yeah, I'd rather get caught with it than with order where I'm at. Got no time for rats. Tell Brooke and they can kiss her ass. We don't talk to police, got no respect for the bad. That's why I keep the gun in mass right next to the staff. You can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. It's the nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. The nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. Say the nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. The nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Yeah, the
you think I turned this shit off?
Jumping on deck with my hand on my tech. Disrespect the mob and get your face in your lap. Claiming you hardcore, but doing bass in the trap. I'm loading my gun up, where the fuck boys at? It's murder, homie. Don't talk shit and get your burner, homie. Chrome on me, and I'm down for the first degree. First 48, and my cousin on tape. Cutting the cop up with a dirty razor blade. These days are crazy, but we stay getting paid. Fuck with the boss, only your homework is great. I'm hanging with real killers and slanging with drug dealers. My city's a melting pot, controlled by the devil's plot. Don't care if you're ready or not, leave you down on the block. We step ahead of the cop, G's up, hoes down. I'm joking around, catch you smoking a pound in your hood, holding it down. Killer King, holding the crowd. You can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. It's the nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. It's the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. The nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. Say the nature of the beast. Say you can't play me. The nature of the beast. The nature of the beast. Yeah, the nature of the beast. You ain't gangster. All you do is talk. You some back up prankster. Stuck up in the bed, shoot your checked up prankster. Penetrate the score with my plates stuck. Banks cut. Start to pick the walls when you stay blind. Keep your fucking bags and your chains up. Danger. Creeping in the average, you ain't wrong.
Mine is full of holes. I'm not showing to you. Full of holes. Fucking hole. You're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna do this. Oh, you think you're laughing at me for in a fucking raggedy bubbly bandana. No, I'm proving a point how long I had the fucking thing. Well, you're threatening to do this and do that, do this and do that. Look at all these dots. Aim for one of them. Dummy, dickhead.
You can't play, you can't play. Say you can't play, you can't play. Say you can't play, you can't play.
No, you have to do that, do that.
Nature of the beast. Nature of the beast, yeah, the nature of the beast.
And coming into business, managing in times of utmost uncertainty. What companies need to do to weather this storm of disruption.
Looking at it on the camera now, traffic easily getting back onto the highway. Again, just a minor inconvenience there. We've got a little bit of construction going on the eastbound 401 at Whites Road in the express. Crews are working in the two right lanes. And then east of Whites Road, because of that construction, the transfer from the express to the collectors is closed. Other than that, all your major routes are problem-free. 401 up to speed in both directions all the way across the city, even through that construction zone. If you're driving in or out of downtown, everything looks good on the 404 DVP. Kiwi Gardner looking good in both directions. Power outage in Etobicoke from Norseman south to the Gardner. Kipling east to Royal York. If you're driving in that area, treat all flashing lights as a four-way stop. And,
you couldn't get that fixed yet? I thought one truck hit one pole. That was your story this morning.
They're doing hydro work. Embrace your unique style and Akeem Optical. Purchase your first.
See, that's why I don't believe the story. If there was one truck hit one pole, they put a new pole, put the wires on it, and bingo, power to be back on.
Next travel reports at 12:11 with your forecast. Here's Natasha Ragside.
We are going to wake up to sunshine here across the GTA, except out through the west end, where we may see a bit of cloud. A few early morning lake effect flurries are possible out through Hamilton, and then more sunshine through the afternoon. Today's high 0 degrees, so it's a
nice day everywhere but your neighborhood.
-5.
Thank you.
And then increasing cloud later
Like
today. Overnight into Monday morning, we'll start to get into some wet snow, switching over to rain through the afternoon. But still, it's going to be a slushy mess on Monday morning. Before we switch over to that rain, the high 4 degrees. Today, temperatures getting up to a high of 0 degrees.
No, I can't listen to you. You said my neighborhood's getting liver weather than everybody else.
-3, but feeling more like -8 with the wind. And now taking a look over at Toronto Pearson Airport, clear skies, -5, feeling more like -11. 680 news time, 12:03.
I want to know how many people.
The Ford government is calling for all manufacturers to chip in as a medical supply shortage threatens the province. This as the number of COVID-19 cases and fatalities
highway tractor transmissions.
680's Michelle.
Can you get that in your neighborhood? I could drive to the place that
local officials.
makes the
Premier Doug Ford is
transmissions.
calling for help from Ontario businesses as frontline healthcare workers run low on key items from hand
You can keep those trucks running forever if you can swap out the
If
transmission.
you can retool your business to make these products, if you can supply these essential items, we need to hear from you right now.
If businesses are able to help or need funding to do so, the province has launched a new website, Ontario Together, where you can find out more information. The request comes as provincial health officials
a
confirm
business that makes
Ontario's
lots of
third
money
death.
isn't
A very man in
helpful
his
right now.
70s who died after he had close contact with a COVID-19 patient who passed away on March 11th. And of the dozens of new cases announced, one patient is a woman in her 70s residing in a Markham senior home. Toronto's top doctor, Eileen Davila, says there are now nearly 200 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Toronto. My message to returning travelers is to stay home for 14 days. She says these are critical measures as the city braces for an influx of returning March break travelers. I'm Michelle Mackey. Meantime, there's another confirmed
Why were you
case
idiots
of
traveling?
COVID-19 at a long-term care facility in Metro Vancouver.
It's called the March break travelers. No, March break was convenient. You
For the coronavirus. Authorities haven't said how much contact this person may have had with the residents. This follows confirmation of a positive COVID-19 test for someone at the Dufferin Care Center on Friday. In the wake of this new case, Fraser Health is restricting the movement of care workers among facilities, which is a common practice for people who work in care homes. Fraser Health is also bringing in new visitation guidelines across the region in an effort to keep the virus from spreading. I'm Lisa Stacy. You're listening to
Get
680
people at
News at
St. Joe's, new
12:05.
people every fucking
And
day.
now
Warner
for the
writes shit
latest
like a
numbers through the nation,
WH
some
kind of
good news for Ontario as of
Warner, it's every
5:30
fucking
Saturday.
war trying to
There
get
are
back to
no
where they're
new
supposed to be.
deaths in the
And they're working
no
6
new
different
cases,
hospitals a week.
rather, in the province. This makes 377 cases throughout the province, including 3 deaths. 193 of these cases are in Toronto. In British Columbia, they have a total of 424 positive cases with 10 deaths, most of which are connected with a North Vancouver care facility. In Alberta, there are 226 confirmed cases with 3 recoveries. The Northwest Territories have confirmed their first case earlier yesterday. 1,329 cases throughout the nation in total. You're listening to All News Radio. The FDA Saturday approved a new test for the coronavirus that can detect COVID-19 in 45 minutes instead of several days required by existing tests. Dr. Todd Ellering, Director of Infectious Diseases at South Shore Health in Massachusetts.
We're entering a new phase of testing right now where these tests are going to be more accessible and have a more rapid turnaround time. That's really important for our patients because the faster we can make that diagnosis, the faster we can get them on the right track for treatment, isolate them, trace their contacts, and really try to break this chain of transmission.
The new test is expected to be available March 30th. Meantime, a man has died after being shot in the downtown core. Toronto police telling 680 News the call came in shortly after 7:30 Saturday night. Police Constable Ed Park says the shooting happened at the intersection of Yonge and Gold Streets.
Officers arrived on scene and located a victim that had been shot, unknown area of body, and that victim was transported by ambulance to hospital.
The man later succumbed to his injuries in hospital. Police say they are searching for one possible suspect last seen fleeing northbound on O'Keefe towards Gerrard. Road closures in the area are still in effect, and police are asking drivers to avoid the area. 680 News time, 12:07. Government and police forces across the country have stopped asking politely for Canadians to keep apart to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Laurie Paris from the Canadian Press has more.
Fucking crackheads shut the fucking doors. Can you enforce the $1,000 fine for parking
The
over
government
fire
will be
doors?
pushed to take more
It's already
draconian
on the
measures to
books.
keep people contained in their homes.
When people are playing loose and hard with the rules like this, it does actually put our civil liberties at jeopardy.
Several provinces are warning of steep fines or arrests if people or corporations ignore the orders issued by health authorities. Police in Quebec City arrested a woman who was infected with the virus and was walking around outside after being mandated to stay indoors.
I've got the water cap treaty. I can still legally cross the border. Did you know that? I can legally cross the border.
With schools,
Just 'cause I feel
recreation
like it.
centers, and more closing
if I'm
down,
broken,
you
go
might
look
be
up
a
the
little
law.
stressed out about how to keep your kids entertained. 680's Denise Andriachi has some tips on how to keep them active.
While the spread of COVID-19 has prompted closures of Ontario schools, many parents are left wondering how to stay sane through an extended and what could be an indefinite spring break. The good news? Spring has officially sprung and the weather is improving, so safe extended breaks outdoors while still distancing yourself from others is highly recommended to keep everyone's spirits up. Our children's mental, physical, and emotional health need to be top of mind during this unprecedented time. So stick to a routine. Keeping at-home learning activities, snacks, and outdoor time consistent with a typical school day will help our kids stay focused despite their extended break. And remember, kids need lots of sleep to stay healthy. So while it may seem like a good idea to let your kids stray from their regular bedtime, a lack of sleep can compromise their immune system. Hang in there, Mom, Dad, and caregivers. We will get through this together.
Coming up, traffic and weather. Together on the one, 680 News time, 12:09.
This
You shouldn't even be talking about school here. You might as well write it off and put everybody's work doing something else.
Is that a new Grand Cherokee?
Guess what, teachers? Today you're making body bags and stretchers.
Yeah, just got a great
More
deal of it.
stretchers and body bags.
Stay right there. Take me to your dealer.
Okay. French fry?
Thanks. The Jeep No Limit Sales Event. Get up to $14,295.
I am the dealer. Oh wait, you're not meeting nobody, right?
Discounts on select models. See your Jeep dealer for details.
And now the 680 News gas price update. As Empro predicted, the price dropped 4 cents at midnight to 73.9 cents a liter at most GTA stations. 680 News time, 12:10.
I walked past too. I walked past and didn't check. It was going to be cheaper than whatever they just said.
Ciao, I'm Dominic Primucci. Next time you order, try our charcoal-infused pizza and enjoy a lighter and airier pizza experience. It may just become your new go-to.
I don't want charcoal in my pizza.
Italian and taste the difference.
Unless I ate something poisonous, and then maybe that'd be the best way to get the charcoal in, right? I don't know.
Ontario's doctors are working with government to provide the best possible advice about coronavirus. Take these 5 easy steps to protect yourself. 1. Wash your hands for at least 20
You're not
seconds.
gangster with it.
2. Cough or sneeze into your sleeve. 3. Avoid touching your face. 4. Stay home when you're ill. And 5. Disinfect heavily touched surfaces. For more information, visit virusfacts.ca or ontario.ca/coronavirus. This message is brought to you by the...
Hey, pizza franchise owners, pizza restaurant runners and things. You got freezers full of frozen doughs or whatever. Maybe you make your dough by hand, whatever. I don't believe that. But start making fucking pizzas and just sending them to the fucking hospital, stupid. Fuck's wrong with you? You're not fucking... Send Doug Ford an email and ask where the nearest factory is that has workers that are working that might not get paid and can't afford to pay their rent, but they're working anyway. And send them the fucking pizzas, stupid. Write it all down on your stupid computers, and next year we'll fucking settle it all, and the CRA can just write off everybody's taxes. Rubber stamp, rubber stamp, rubber stamp, rubber. It'll be the strangest year ever in Canada's history of tax collection. You're not gangster with it. It's called business goodwill. I got books here. If you don't believe me, it's called business goodwill. That's what it's called. It's a thing. It's an asset that a company has. If you buy a business, one of the things that comes with it is business goodwill. Everybody knows the store on the corner. You buy the store on the corner, you're the new owner. If you run it the same way, you inherit the business. Well, you bought the business goodwill. You guys are gangster with it, man. You're not fucking paying attention, man. You don't want to know the discount I got for that. You're not gangster with it. Yeah, I can't even be pissed off at you. You're not. We've been in business for decades. How, Gretchen? How? The radio station, the only one doing what they're supposed to do. And they keep subtly reminding you. They subtly remind you. We did this, we did that. We did. Half these ads are from the company that owns the station. And half the time they say from this station, from that station, it's owned by the same fucking company. I don't point it out every fucking time. Because everybody here knows that, so I don't think to point it out. You're not being gangster with it. You're not being gangster with it. Hey, Rogers. How many fucking people's cell phone bills could you waive for basically indefinitely? How much does it cost you to send something to collections? Because if they don't get any money from it, you don't. That doesn't go away for free. Like, you're not gangster with it. Ted Rogers mentality. How many houses are there? We're going to run a wire to every single fucking house. No, one wire, 1,000,000 miles long to everybody's fucking house, and they're all going to pay every month. And we'll just raise it whenever we want. And they're going to need a box to use it. And here's the catch. We're going to charge them an extra fee for the box that they need in order to use it. Oh, yeah. You get an HD box now. You buy the box or rent, it doesn't matter. You have to pay an HD fee. It's just an HD fee for the signal. I'm watching HD on the internet without paying extra. It's included in my bandwidth, right? And I'm getting individual service. These guys are watching what's being broadcast on a schedule. The fuck? You have to pay an HD fee. If they know you have an HD box, you have to pay the HD fee. Don't tell them if you have your own already. That's a gangster hustler right there. That's a bit of a Nazi, but he's a hustle Nazi is what he is.